Hi guys, welcome to Visions Week at Mid-America Outdoors just outside of Jay, Oklahoma. I'm Tera Hunter and I'm here with
Travis Forshee
and
Dana the Pinball Hale.
Awesome guys, thanks for joining us out here. Which class are you guys racing in?
We're going to be running in the 4800 class this race. Pretty excited to be here. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a pretty technical course. There's a lot of good jumps out there. There's a lot of little gotchas if you're not paying attention. That little knockout rock bouncer hill, it's going to be fun, and especially when you come down that rock sledge in the back. We've already seen 2 razors on their side, so let's see what happens in the big race.
Awesome. Have you had a chance to get out on the course yet?
Yes, we did. We just made about 5 laps out there. Got to do a little bit of tuning on the car, and I really like the nice big jump over there. We came off of it pretty solid, pretty hard. It is a real technical course, really fast, faster than what I'm used to. I come from the bouncer world, so this is way faster than I'm used to. But we're going to give it a go.
Love it. And how long have you been racing?
I've been racing since 2006 and bouncers with the SRS, and got out. I'm 48 years old now, so I'm still going, trying, and we're going to see if I can make it happen still. So then we'll go from there.
Awesome. And how long have you been in the industry?
So my first time actually racing Ultra 4, I raced, co-drove with Daryl Gray out in Tennessee 3 years ago. So after that race, I rode with Chip in Oklahoma, and then I was with Zandy all the way up until the last 2 races.
What do you think is going to help you win out here, whether it's something about your car or skill that you might have?
I think it's our size. We're a lot skinnier than the rest of these guys, so we have less weight, and a lot more motor. So we'll see. We'll see if we can hang on.
Awesome. So you've probably had a few days here to enjoy some of what's going on at the park other than the racing and stuff. What's been your favorite about this event?
My favorite overall is just the family atmosphere. I mean, even when you're coming by the pool, everybody's nice. You've got the little band up there playing right next to them most of the day. And then the entertainment in the evening, you couldn't beat it. It's amazing. I mean, we have a different concert every night. It seems like somebody's playing somewhere the whole time. So it doesn't matter what you're into, even if you're just coming out as a spectator. Everybody should come out, enjoy themselves. You can bring your kids, go to the pool for a little while. You can watch them racing. You can listen to bands, put the kids to bed, hang out in the camper later at night. There's a party somewhere.
Always. Is there anything that you would like to let your fans know out there?
I'd like to say thanks to Eco Earthworks, HP Tuners for stepping up, 100% sponsor for these guys. Hill & Associates, all the guys back there at home. I appreciate my wife, my kids, my family. We're going to get this tribe car on this track, and we're going to run it hard. We're going to see where we stand like that.
Awesome. Anything you'd like to let your fans know?
Oh, I appreciate everybody that comes out. I appreciate all the support we get from Zandy and Ange, the whole Rufus team. You know, anytime you need something, if something breaks, they're there for you. The guys Jan over at HP. I mean, he's been working hard with me, getting that car dialed in. Chris where's Chris from? Georgia. Chris from Georgia did a whole day of shock tuning with us. I mean, he's helped us dial that car in. The car started to build about 2 years ago. He got the chassis built, and then he sat on it and collected everything else he needed. He put it back in the shop with Tribe, and we got it out 2 months ago. So this is the second time. That car's got less than 50 miles on it.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, we're just getting it dialed in and ready, and we'll see what kind of show we can put on for everybody.
Awesome. Love it, guys. Thanks for coming out for all the family fun, and good luck with your race out there.
Thank you.
Welcome to Visions at Mid-America Outdoors just outside of Jay, Oklahoma. I'm Tera Hunter, and I'm here today with
Devin Smith.
Devin, welcome to this amazing event. I mean, there are cars just flying behind us. There's people in the pool up there. There's some crowds out there cheering and loving it. Is this your first time here?
This is my second time here. I was here with Pro Rock 2 years ago.
Oh, very cool. Are you new to racing, or have you been racing for a long time?
I've been racing for about 8 years now. So just mainly XC racing. I'm from Indiana. We do a lot of woods racing. I started doing a little bit of Pro Rock and venturing out here and there. I ran the Red Bull race in Pennsylvania it was back in June, and I won that race. So moving up in the world.
Nice. What is the favorite thing about your car that you really think helps you in these races?
Well, for one, it was built by my bud, Mike, and he did a fabulous job on it, and it's just a tank. It'll take an abuse and keeps on ticking, so.
Love it. Is there any part of this course that is your favorite that you think you're really going to excel in?
I think I'll excel in the woods. I'm not real good on short course. Like I said, I'm from XC background, so I think I'll do good in the woods, what little bit there is, and we'll just have to see what happens tomorrow.
Will you be only racing that, or will you be joining in for the Barbie car race as well?
I told everybody maybe I'll have a better chance of winning that because there's a lot of fast guys out here.
Love it. I cannot wait to see that event. That looks crazy.
Right into the pool.
Oh, man, yeah. I feel like jumping in that thing right now. So are you a one-man show? Do you have a whole team that travels with you? What's your story?
Usually I have family. We go and we camp the whole weekend of the race. This weekend I got Mike and Steve Mueller with me. We're just a one-man operation, basically. You know, we don't have a big team. I guess you'd call us the weekend warrior racer.
Love it. At least you're getting out there and enjoying it. What's your car number so we can look for that during the race?
278.
278. All right, guys. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to or anything you'd like your fans to know?
Well, you know, I got a bunch of sponsors that help out. I got HCR, Suspension, Mikey's Shop, 834 Powder Coating, G-Force Racing, GBC Tires, Aftermarket Assassins, VP. I'm forgetting people. I'm bad at this. I'm sorry, but this is, you know, I got a lot of people that back me, and I appreciate everything they do for me.
Awesome, man. Well, I won't keep you out here. Good luck in your race. Go hit that pool while you've got some time.
Welcome, world. Welcome, world. Check, check, check. Welcome back, world. We are here live at Visions at Mid-America Outdoor Off-Road Park. We're about to kick off the Ultra 4 UTV endurance race. We're here at Visions at Mid-America Outdoors Park. I am Miles Hasquist. Alongside me is Matt Edmondson. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, man, how are you this morning? Or afternoon, I should say.
Yeah, you missed out the morning. You skipped out on me this morning, but I'm glad to see you here with me.
You know, there's so much going on here, and I'm not going to lie. It's been a job in its own to maintain and be able to, you know, sound good on this live feed and everything. But last night was a rough one, so I'm glad I'm here with you now. And I'm ready for this race. It's going to be exciting.
It's going to be awesome. We'll have 24 UTVs hit the course. This is a 3-mile short course. We're going to do the full short course plus send them out a 1 mile out back. There's a 500-yard drag race through a field into a single track, kind of a creek section, lots of trees, and then back out above Thunder Alley and then drop back into the short course. We're going to do, I was saying 5 seconds earlier, but we decided we're going to do a 10-second increment. So this race is on adjusted time. We'll send them out in 10-second increments. We're going to do 14 laps. I said an hour and a half earlier, but it will be 14 laps, which should be about an hour and a half.
That's a lot of laps right there. 14 laps about to go down out here on the track. And, I mean, what's super cool about this is, oh, there you go. You hear me right there cracking out. But you guys are about to see a lot of these UTVs and these Ultra 4 cars running most of the short course track that you guys saw the other day with our short course racing yesterday, pro short course, all that. So big jumps, high-speed corners. They got it all in this one. Some long straightaways with some speed in it.
And then the trees out back. This is what Ultra 4 racing is all about, and you guys have a treat ahead of you. I cannot wait. We have Paul Wolf that had the pole, Jamie McCoy behind him, Tanner, LaCroix, Caraway, Wolf, Beckett, Smith, Thomas, and Paul Wolf out on course. Paul Wolf, number 86, out of Brighton, Illinois. Remember, this is 10-second increments. So there goes Jamie McCoy getting ready to get to his spot, number 70, out of Kingsport, Tennessee, heading out in second position.
So, Miles, tell me a little bit real fast. In this race, I'm guessing that the object is to be able to last all the way to the end, right?
So it's a sprint endurance. You can't just lollygag this whole time because these cars are going to be fast. So there goes Zach Tanner and Cash LaCroix out on course. There is a hot pits over by the mega truck area too if you need to stop, check for fuel, check for bolts, change a tire. But yes, it's an endurance race. So you don't want to blow your car up in the first couple laps. 14 laps at 3 miles apiece. It's going to be a lot of racing.
Yeah, and that's going to be very taxing on these drivers. Some of these drivers you're going to see that are out here right now racing were in that pro short course race also. Hunter and Cody Miller will be coming up here in just a second. You'll get to see them. So a very stacked field for this endurance race. It's going to be one to watch right here. Look at that view you guys are getting at home too.
Yeah, the Hammer King production crew has an amazing job on their hands. So they're going to be racing for roughly 42 miles out on this short course and then on the back endurance section. And remember, they have to go up and around the Manser section and then down where Bailey Cole rolled in qualifying. He had a tough break, but I stopped by his pits. Looked like the car was going to be okay. He'll be back racing later on today.
That's awesome to hear, man. That downhill section they got going over there is, we looked at it. We rode up on our pit bikes, took a look at it. I don't even want to walk down it, and these guys are coming down this thing flying. But
so Caraway took off, Nathan Wolf, Todd Beckett, Devin Smith, Thomas. We've got action all over. Look at this picture-in-picture. We have two separate cameras on screen at the same time. Really cool to see different vantage points how this track is shaking up.
Yeah, you know what else is super cool? If you check right there in that view at the top, you're going to see that Barbie Jeep downhill. I'm excited for that tomorrow.
Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Time, $5,000 on the line. You go down the hill, hit a slip and slide, and then end up in a little pool of water. That's going to be fun to watch.
You know, it sounds like it's going to be fun, but I'm telling you, these guys are going to get beat up during that Barbie Jeep race.
And here's where that knockout race, we were just watching that screen, that's where the knockout race tomorrow is going to be. That kicks off at 10 a.m., so there will be action all over this race course.
A little bit dusty out there right now, as you can see in the field, but you know, this is gonna be a little bit taxing for these guys. These guys are spread out, but they're gonna start catching each other really quick, and you'll see who's gonna be able to maintain to the end of this endurance race. I mean, we talked about it over and over. It's a ton of time out there in the car, very taxing on the machine, very taxing on the driver. It's hot today too, Miles.
Yeah, I was just literally thinking that same thing. The weather today in Jay, Oklahoma is 90 degrees already, and it's only going to get warmer. So that's going to take its toll on some of these cars too, because you're pretty pushing hard for an hour and a half. Are you going to have some overheating issues? And look at the dust. Look how thick that is.
Yeah, visibility definitely an issue out there on the track. Luckily, you know, with the intervals these drivers have, until they really start catching each other, you know, it's still going to be okay. But when they start stacking in tight, going through some of these sections in the woods and all that, it's going to be a little bit more challenging for sure.
So both Miller brothers out on course. Grapevine, Maudlin, Robbins, Martin, Metzinger, Martin, Broker, Cantrell taking off as we speak, it sounds like. And McDaniel, we have one more car to go, and that should be Heath Taylor with James King riding shotgun. So we have all 24 UTVs out on course, and I'm going to guess we're going to be in that 5.5 minute to 6 minute lap times on this one, Matt.
Definitely a lot more course when you're talking about 5.5 to 6 minute lap times. You know, these guys that are just running the short course are turning, you know, 220s if you're a pro driver. So a lot added to this. Still fun that they're getting to run on the short course. You know, I'm a short course moto kind of guy. But now they're adding all this endurance into it, extra sections. I mean, it just sounds so much fun, and it's cool to watch. You guys are getting the best view right there at home, and you can see all the sections of this track. This track is amazing, and what it expands, it's so expansive over this property. I mean, Jason Robinette has the most amazing, you know, property here with so many different areas to do so many different
and we have
of outdoor
Paul
sports.
Wolf coming around, finishing his first lap. So they are spread out, but Paul Wolf still looking smooth. We'll get a lap time on him. Speaking about lap times, you can go to escoremx.com, go to the Visions, and see where he at. So 4:48. So he's already fast. I talked to Nathan this morning, and he was saying, I can get in that 5 minute mark. And I was like, I think you're going to be 5.5 and 6. He beat his own time. Paul Wolf is on a mission. They took off in 10-second increments, so who's going to be in 2? He's already pulling the gap on him.
Yeah, he's trying to get out of there and run away with this thing right now, but you know, there's got to be some strategy too. You don't want to get out there and just run the whole time. I know it's a sprint endurance race, but you got to maintain that car. You got to be able to make it to the finish, as you say.
On screen right there is Cash LaCroix. And yeah, to finish first you must finish, Matt. Again, I'm Miles Hasquist alongside my friend Matt Edmondson, and this is Ultra 4 Racing, and Cash LaCroix moves into second position. No, I missed. Yes, Cash LaCroix moves into second position with a 5 minute 9 second lap. So where is Jamie McCoy? There is. So Jamie McCoy's missing.
Nathan Wolf moving all the way up into third.
Remember, this race is on adjusted time. They took off in 10-second increments, so the Wolf brothers are on a mission. But look at Cash LaCroix. There goes Kobe Caraway in fourth position. Todd Beckett in that fifth position as we're on screen with Mr. Cash LaCroix.
Yeah, Paul Wolf laying down the fastest lap. We're looking so far as these laps. Oh, we got a 4:58 right there from Devin Smith. Getting up there close to Paul Wolf for sure.
And Devin Smith, we do have an on-car camera with him. Hopefully we can cut to that from time to time, as well as James Cantrell.
There's that long field, high-speed straightaway you can see right there on camera.
That's that 500-yard drag race section. And then right at the trees, it singles down to a single lane. So you can be 3 or 4 wide, but only one car is entering the woods. There's the knockout race section that we're racing up as we speak, as they're dropping into the woods section. This is a 3-mile loop. We'll do 14 laps, and this is going to be a lot of action. Looks like we've had William Thomas, Hunter Miller come through, as well as Cody Miller. So Cody Miller and Hunter Miller are neck and neck, only 2 seconds off their times. There goes Brandon Grapevine. So still fastest lap was number 1 pole setter, Paul Wolf. But the Miller brothers are going to be running hard. This race is on adjusted time. Look at that drag race. He is just letting it eat.
What do you think the speeds are going through that drag race?
I'm going to guess they're going to get up to 80 mile an hour by the end.
That's what I believe. These guys are flying. These cars are so fast. Like, people don't understand. You can jump in one of these things. You can go out there. You can hit 80 miles an hour, no problem.
There is action all over this race course, and we're doing the best we can. The dust is thick. It's kind of hard to tell who's who, but
yeah,
this is going to be fun to watch.
It's only going to get worse, too. This place can take a lot of water. I'm willing to bet they're probably going to throw water between this round and the next race, though.
Following this race will be the 4400 Unlimited Ultra 4 race cars. We've got 12 of those. I believe that's Brandon Grapevine on screen. No, that is Cody Martin, I apologize. James Cantrell comes across, so does Caleb Broker.
So far, Paul Wolf still holding that top spot lap time wise. I mean, he's on a rail. He's got that car set up and it's dialed in for sure.
He's 10 plus seconds faster than most of the field.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at just the gap. When he came through here, obviously that's going to be changed when we see him again next time. But he had a 50-second gap. Started 10-second intervals, and that's where he is now.
And there we are on screen with Mr. Devin Smith. He's fresh off his win at the Red Bull Mountain Scramble, where he won a brand new Polaris Razor.
Yeah, and you can just see in that in-car camera right there. Look at the visibility.
And that's where that drag race is. And then you see where it just got skinny right in the woods. Awesome. On screen right there is a 7665. That is Chris McDaniel. We're back on screen with Devin Smith. How cool is it to have an on-car camera through the woods? That shows you how tight and technical this was. I was telling you about it, but now you can see it.
Yeah, that's impressive right there. These guys are carrying a ton of speed in a very, very, very tight course through the woods. Look, you can see it right there, too, catching the driver in front of him.
That looks like it could be Todd Beckett right in front of him.
Absolutely moving through the woods right there. Impressive views with that in-car camera.
So this shows you this is a mile on the backside of this short course. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of trees, a lot of turns. It's going to be interesting. Look, it's starting to get a traffic jam up and out. And right where they're at right now is above the mega truck. They're down in Thunder Alley. And there's a couple of either-or sections right here, but they're pretty steep and technical.
Visibility, I mean, you can't even see the car in front of you. Look at that.
Yeah, dust is definitely playing its toll. There is the knockout hill as we speak from the aerial drone. Thank you again to Hammer King Productions for bringing this amazing racetrack. Again, we have to give a huge shout out to Dennis Anderson's Extreme Monster Truck, Hammer King Productions, Ultra 4 Racing, National Rock Racing Associations, Pro Rock Racing, and most importantly, Mid-America Outdoors Off-Road Park. Now we're on screen with Mr. James Cantrell. Super cool to see these two. You can see that number 502 on his helmet, Mad Ram 11 machine. James Cantrell is going up the knockout section that they'll be racing tomorrow morning. There's Cash LaCroix. Cash Money LaCroix putting down another lap. His dad's running around chatting on the stereo. keeping him involved. So he moved into second
Yeah, but we
position.
got to talk about this. Paul Wolf is at the top right now. He just turned a 4:53.
So he shaved off a couple more seconds. Paul Wolf in that clean air getting his rhythm. So Paul Wolf won, Cash LaCroix 2, and Nathan Wolf in third position. So the Wolf brothers are owning it. And Todd Beckett in that fourth spot. I believe Cash LaCroix has a left rear flat tire, so he'll be heading into the hot pits. Tough break for him as he's in that second position. And then Wolf's trying to get a pass on him as we're on screen with Devin Smith.
Looks like Cash going to let Nathan Wolf go by, try to save that car, make it over to the hot pits, and get changed out.
So there is Justin Barth heading up the knockout race section.
And we're going to have that knockout race tomorrow, right? That thing's going to be awesome. You know, they're going to shoot in a couple of sections on the track. You'll be able to see where they will jump over the creek right there and go straight up the hill. As you see, 3 or 4 drivers right now trying to make it up. Whoa, look at that. One driver jumping right past another driver going up the hill. That was pretty impressive.
And there's the drag race going horizontal across your screen. We should have a couple UTVs coming into screen as they just came up the knockout. Look at them side by side through the section, and they were letting it all hang out. Back on screen with Devin Smith.
There you see the cars flying down that straightaway. They're drag racing straight to the woods. So you know what's going to be crazy is what's going to happen when we have 2 cars drag racing. They both hit that wood section at the same time.
There's only a spot for one of them, so
That's
one of them's
right.
going to have to check up, and if they don't, they'll have a controlled crash right
That's
in the
right.
woods. And you want to be pretty safe because if somebody gets turned around in those wood sections, there's not a whole lot of options to pass.
Yeah, it's super tight in there, but you know, these guys are absolutely flying. I can't believe there's 4:53. Even Cash LaCroix bettered his time. And then look at that. Nathan Wolf, a 4:52 fastest time on the track.
So Nathan Wolf trying to reel in his brother Paul Wolf. I had a fun chat with both of them. There's Bailey Cole on screen and the number 13 of that Honda Talon. Great shot of him. He's just above Thunder Alley. So we got a drag race coming through. We've got action all over the race course. These cars are a little hard to tell apart. We're doing our absolute best, but we have out front still Paul Wolf, Cash LaCroix, Nathan Wolf, Todd Beckett, Devin Smith, Kobe Caraway, William Thomas, Hunter Miller, Cody Miller, Brandon Grapevine, Cody Martin, Caleb Broke, Cantrell, and Philip Poe all out on their third lap. There's where they go up and around the Bouncers Hill. I see Bailey Cole still pushing strong in that Honda Talon.
There's that drag strip. Tons of speed, tons of power headed to the woods right there.
There is a lot of noise coming through here. Justin Barth carrying a tire, letting her eat. And it looks like that's going to be Paul Wolf coming across the line once again. So yes, Paul Wolf across the line once again as he's dealing with lap traffic already with
Still
Justin Barth.
maintaining a 4:53 out there, so that's impressive.
And like I said, he started with clean air. Now he does not. He's already gotten around quite a bit of the field. Justin Barth is in 17th position, so he's already lapped 5 competitors back.
Yeah, and you got to imagine that some of these competitors are getting passed up or having flats or car issues or something like that, but there's still no denying the fact that Paul Wolf and Nathan Wolf are on absolute rails right now on the track.
There's back to Cash LaCroix. I wonder if he got that tire changed, or I think he has to hit the hot pits after he comes out of the wood section. So he had to run most of this lap with a flat car or a flat tire. We're back on car with Devin Smith, watching Cash LaCroix on the top side. So there is Heath Taylor cruising along, and Nathan Wolf moves into second position. So the Wolf brothers out front with a 4:47 from Nathan Wolf. Fastest lap of the day.
Right there. Nathan
The Wolf brothers are on fire.
They got something to prove out here for sure. You know, the Wolf brothers also coming out racing side by sides and stuff, and now jumping out here off the short course stuff and going into this endurance stuff and showing us what they got. This is impressive right here.
So moving into that third position is Todd Beckett, running smooth out of Pineville, Kentucky. But on screen is the Miller brothers, still pushing strong, so we'll see if they can start chasing in the Wolves. So there's Kobe Caraway battling out with one of the Miller brothers, I believe.
Whoa. I'm seeing something here. Hunter Miller turned a 4:52 on that last lap, so he's finding some speed. He's moving up. Looks like on this last one, he got a 4:59, but he's jumped all the way up into sixth.
So they are out on their fourth lap out of 14, so we still have 10 more laps to go.
There's Cody right behind him. Cody turning a 4:55. Hunter turning a 4:59. They started 10th and 11th. Have already moved up to 6th and 7th.
Yeah, so Kobe Hardaway and Hunter Miller are on screen battling it out. Look at this drag race up these steep hills, tight turns. This is a battle.
Maybe we can get a good shot of them here in a second when they hit that drag strip and see which one of those cars has the power to get them to the woods first. See those cars going up that knockout hill right now, jumping into that straightaway.
This is up and over the bouncer hills. They'll come down that last little V-notch. It's got some pretty good ledges in there, lots of big rock scotches. This is the fast roller coaster section. Now we're above Thunder Alley, kind of jumping around, catching all the action. With 6 cameras on track, we can see a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
actually, there's 8 cameras because there's 2 onboard cameras.
That's true. I'm very interested to see what happened between Hunter Miller and Kobe Caraway. They were really battling it out right there when they were going to hit that straightaway. So
on screen coming back is Cash LaCroix. Looks like he must have pulled in the pits. Got that tire fixed.
All good, ready to go. Charging ahead, Cash LaCroix. Cody Martin, one of your podium drivers yesterday from the Pro Short Course, running in that 10th spot right now out of Tennessee. Turning a 4:52, great lap for Cody out there too.
Wow, Cody Martin, ties the fastest lap of the day with a 4:52, right?
Yeah, I believe I saw earlier. Yeah, we got Nathan Wolf. He had a 4:47. So Nathan's going to be the fastest driver on the field right now. These Wolf brothers are not messing around one bit. They are on the gas.
So I was guessing that 5.5 to 6 minute mark, and they're under 5 minutes. A 4:47 by Wolf, amazing. And you know, if it was me and my brother out on course, I'd be doing everything I could to go get him.
Yeah, you definitely want to run him down and make that pass for sure. And you know, you might even give him a little love tap when you come up behind him and be like, yeah, I'm faster than you. So excited to see that. That's going to come up quick. I mean, they're about a 58-second gap between each other, but they are fairly close in lap times. We are only on the 4th lap, so there's still a lot to go. 14 laps total out here.
That we were just on board with Devin Smith. So there goes Wolf. I believe that is Paul Wolf coming across. So we'll see what kind of lap time he gets. Paul Wolf, a 4:54. He is smooth and consistent.
He's holding on, but we're going to see what Nathan has when he comes around here shortly. And, you know, if he's a 4:54 and Nathan's a 4:47 or even close to that again, he can make up some time and potentially catch him.
Yeah, remember this race is on adjusted time. They took off in 10-second increments, so Nathan Wolf took off 50 seconds behind him, so it's going to be super close. See Bailey Cole still running strong. Justin Barth still running strong. So Paul Wolf starting to run away with this thing with a commanding lead. I'm curious to see the gap. Last time around, it was about a minute gap.
You see some of those cars getting stacked up there going through the woods. Or actually, that's going through...
that's above Thunder Alley.
Thunder Alley, yeah. So they're stacking it up just a little bit in there. Going to get back out there some open track. You see another one diving in right there on the inside.
This dust is thick here at the Mid-America Outdoor Off-Road Park during Visions Week. We need to give a huge shout-out to Fuelworks, Maxxis Tires, Evolutions Power Sports, Gates, HMF, Oklahoma Ford Dealers, Raceline Wheels, Rugged Radios, Texas Motor Works, 360 Wraps, Moto Race Tire, Offroad Syndicate, Rigid, and Ultimex Bell. So please support who supports the sport. Without them, we would not be racing here today.
Miles, while you were telling us about all these cool sponsors, Nathan Wolf comes through with a 5:03 lap time, so he's dialed it back just a little bit. The gap actually spread out from mid 50 seconds to about a minute 8 seconds now between him and his brother. So,
but remember, you have to keep these cars together. We're still early in this race. We're about a third of the way through this thing, but Paul Wolf is owning it. We watched him do the rock bouncer stuff earlier and had a little hiccup, and he's got some redemption to make up.
He does, but one thing to keep in mind is Nathan and Paul Wolf are both running Can-Ams. They're turbo cars. So any of these turbo cars, and you run these longer races like that, it's definitely a little bit harder on them than it is the NA cars.
And I believe there's $10,000 on the line to win this race. I believe there's $25,000 for this race and $25,000 for the Ultra 4 Unlimited cars. I could be wrong on that, but I believe that's the way I read it. So to get first place, $10,000.
Kind of the theme of the week up here. We've been here. I've been here since last Saturday. I know you've been here since last Thursday. We've got to call a lot of action, and we've literally got to watch a lot of money being handed out every day.
Over $250,000 in cash prizes. So on their fifth lap, we have Cody Miller in sixth place, Kobe Caraway in fifth, Hunter Miller in fourth, William Thomas in third, second place Nathan Wolf, and still out front with not clean air anymore, but Paul Wolf starting to battle a lot of lap traffic.
Paul Wolf is going so fast on the track. I don't think he's even worried about vision. I think he's just got the pedal to the floor, and he's doing the best he can, but he's got it dialed right now. 4:54 was the last lap time. About a minute 8-second lead on his brother Nathan Wolf in that second spot. Both of these guys out of Brighton, Illinois, and not too far from home, but they're out here doing it big right now.
And again, if you're back at home tuning in, you can follow your favorite Ultra 4. There's a wasp flying around me. Or you can follow your favorite Ultra 4 UTV racer at escoremx.com, and you can get the same live scoring we're watching.
We got some battles going on out there. You can see it right now coming down. Oh, we go back to the woods there.
Back to Devin Smith's on board.
You see those lights. They run these lights, so you can actually spot the driver. Some of these races going into the nighttime. You told me before, some of y'all's races run until, 10, 11, midnight.
We'll race night races every once in a while.
Yeah.
So it's a safety thing. And, obviously with the thick dust, you can see those amber lights a lot better.
Yeah, these drivers also have sirens and stuff on their cars as they pull up behind someone that obviously doesn't know they're back there. They'll turn those things on to let them know they're back there and trying to make a move and get around them. Right there, you can see visibility. That drone pilot, pretty impressive. Look at that, flying right through the trees right there, getting the best shots possible.
I believe that's the owner of Believe Cam, Jake, flying around out there, doing an amazing job. We've got two of those FPV drones flying around. We've got our high and wide Hammer King drone, and then, 3 or 4 cameras out on course, plus 2 onboard cameras. What an amazing, amazing job by Hammer King Productions. So Paul Wolf once again with another 454, smooth and consistent for Mr. Paul Wolf.
Yeah, consistency is key right there. That's how he's going to stay out in front and keep charging. He's turned a 450 range lap almost every lap. Sixth lap. He's on his 6th lap right now, and looking smooth. We'll see what Nathan Wolf has to offer as he comes through. I'm sure Nathan doesn't want to let his brother just take off and run away, but Paul Wolf, the man to beat right now on the track.
That's awesome to see the picture-in-picture from the live drone. 2 live drones out there. That's above Thunder Alley in the top left and going up above the bouncer hill on the bottom right. And look at that drone action, chasing them through the woods. These guys are awesome.
Whoa, we got someone getting a little wide right here in front of us. Coming in super hot into the finish line there. But, yeah, these drone views are just incredible, and it's allowing us and you fans at home to be able to see some very, very remote parts of the track.
And if you're just tuning in, we thoroughly appreciate it. You can go to ultra4racing.com/live, go to the King of the Hammers Facebook page, hit that share button, start a watch party, and get this action going.
Nathan Wolf coming through, starting that 6th lap with a 4:55, so he has found some more speed. He has improved upon that lap time. He was just over that 5-minute mark on the last lap. I definitely don't think he wants to let his brother, the gap still about the same, 1:08.
And
you don't want to let him get away, that's for sure.
But hey, Paul Wolf is owning this race. But to remember to finish first you must finish. We've been talking about that.
That's right.
Got to be smooth and consistent. We're just about halfway through this UTV Ultra 4 main event.
Yeah, coming up next, we got the 4400s, too. That's going to be a fun one to watch.
Have you ever seen a 4400 race in person, Matt?
I have not. I've watched so much 4400 action on TV, it's not even funny. And now I'm getting to sit here with you and the rest of this Hammer King Productions crew, a lot of you guys doing all this stuff. I'm learning a lot, and I'm having a blast, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun out here. It looks like that was a Miller brother. We'll get a time on him here shortly. So Cody Miller just moves into 5th position with a 4:55.
Got Hunter right in front of him, so Hunter definitely got around Kobe Caraway. Both Hunter and Cody turned in 4:54, 4:55 lap times.
So before this race, we were just talking about the Wolf brothers, the Miller brothers. They're all in the top 5. How impressive is that?
Yeah, there's got to be something in the water where they're coming from, because these guys win at everything. They get in at 4 wheels. You know, Hunter and Cody coming out doing KOH stuff with you guys, King of Hammers, and doing really well there.
Yeah, they've been doing great at everything to do. We're back on board with Devin Smith, but don't forget we have William Thomas sitting in that 3rd position. Can't take anything away from him. But Cash LaCroix and Kobe Caraway are still battling it out. I think LaCroix, nope, Kobe Caraway just in front of him by just a little bit. So Cash LaCroix and Kobe Caraway coming through for another lap. Cody Martin still running strong up front as we're watching Devin Smith.
Cody Martin moving up a couple spots too. He's in that 8th spot now, getting around Brandon Grapevine. Cody with a 4:56 lap time. So good lap for Cody right there also.
As we're watching Cash Money LaCroix cruising through on the infield, doing great. His dad's in here pacing around, keeping him honest on the radio, and he's having a great day. And he's still running in the top 7, and he already had to hit the hot pits. He had a flat left rear, moved in there, flopped the tire out real quick, and they're running one heck of a race.
Yeah, these teams that are out here helping these guys work and do all this stuff, hats off to them.
On screen right there is Bailey Cole in that Honda Talon. That's a factory Honda machine. Fox Shocks, VP Racing Fuels.
Heading up that knockout hill into that horsepower zone. There you see that drone flying through the trees right there.
Almost clipping the top of those trees.
That was close. Back on course.
Thank you to each and every single person here on site and all over the world for tuning in. This is Ultra 4 Racing at its finest here at the Mid-America Outdoors Off-Road Park for Visions Week. And Visions Week is not over today. We still have tomorrow our final day of Visions. 10 a.m. we have the Bouncer and UTV knockout races. Then 2 p.m. we have the Barbie Jeep downhill races. And then we're going to end up the night with Dennis Anderson and a freestyle monster truck Joe with a world record jump by King Sling and Weston Anderson. So there's action today and tomorrow, so stay tuned in. And here comes Paul Wolf. We get a time on him here shortly.
That's going to be exciting. We also got some freestyle motocross shows, so tonight and tomorrow night.
So Paul Wolf still in that 450 range.
450, consistent. Yeah, Paul is on rails right now. He's feeling the flow. The car's dialed in, and he is going to probably even extend that gap over his brother. We'll see. Maybe Nathan come through here and turn in a heater lap and catch up a little bit.
So that's going to put Paul Wolf right at the halfway mark. He's heading out for his 7th lap out of 14. Everybody's rooting on their favorite racer as we speak.
There you see the drivers going up, back out on course right there from that drone high above. The dust. Let's talk about the dust, Miles.
That is the word of the day. So Chip McLaughlin getting the pole position earlier for the next race is going to be huge for him. They've only got 12 cars in their race. So the fresh air out front for Chip is going to be super, super important. But Paul will start on the pole, and he has not looked back yet.
Nathan
Looks like
Wolf.
that's Justin Barth on screen.
Nathan Wolf coming through, 4:57. So now that gap between Nathan and his brother Paul about a minute and 16 seconds. Paul just has all the speed right now. He's I'm looking at these lap times, and I think he's the fastest driver on the track right now.
So 40.92, sponsored by Twin Peaks. William Thomas physically in that third position. What a great, great day of racing it's been, and we are just getting the action started. We have Heath Taylor finishing another lap, but looks like Hunter Miller still sitting in that fourth position.
Hunter Miller hitting that 450 mark too on that lap time.
They're starting to get comfortable.
Yep, he's starting to feel the flow right there. We're going to see Hunter in there. Who is this? Looks like we got Cody Miller coming by in front of us right now. We'll see what he's got. Might be limping through trying to get. Oh no!
I believe that's a Wolf car.
450 also.
So the Miller brothers and the Wolf brothers sandwiching William Thomas. This is a race. That top five is really running strong.
There's a ton of talent in those 5 cars, that's for sure.
But it is all about Paul Wolf right now because he's got a minute and 16-second lead over the rest of the pack, starting to pull away with a commanding lead. But you said it just a second ago, Matt. The dust is thick.
Yeah, you got to have one of those pumper setups in here if you're going to be out there running right now, right? You want some air flowing.
Believe that's the 101 of Todd Beckett. You just see running around the Jumbotron turn.
Look at all the fans lined up there on the hill. Got that big pool in the background. You can find me there later.
Everybody's on the rail of that pool because it overlooks this amazing 3-mile short course. Well, it's a 2-mile short course, but we added a mile through the woods. There's
Cody. I noticed, Miles, all throughout the park, they got these big TVs set up, and they've got this live feed going. So there's tons of really good viewing areas to hang out here.
And don't forget, you can turn into 97.7 FM if you're driving around the park in your truck. You want to cool off in the AC? Look at that picture-in-picture. We got the FPV drone bottom right, the high and wide drone top left over the short course. The FPV drone was flying over the Thunder Alley section. So Cash LaCroix in 6th place, 7th place Cody Martin, 8th place Brandon Grapevine, 9th place Kobe Caraway, all out on their 7th lap of 14. So we're basically right at the halfway mark. And the blue groove is really starting to set in right in front of the Jumbotron. Yeah, that's Mr. James Cantrell, number 502, coming through. We'll be finishing another lap for him. Yes, I believe we have an on-camera with him.
Yesterday, we got to watch these drivers come out here race pro short course, and we saw them going through a battle of tires, right? And we're seeing some of that again today. With as many people as we've had running on the track, we've gotten a lot of the rocks off, but, man, these guys are racing in all kinds of crazy conditions out here as far as, off-road terrain's concerned. So having to make some tough decisions with the blue groove and then going in the woods and then all the different spots out here.
And there's a small water crossing in the woods. It's not deep by no means, but it definitely gets the tires wet back in the back section. There is action all over this 3-mile short course here at Mid-America Outdoor during Visions Week.
Paul Wolf on his 8th lap with a 4:45 lap time. I'm sure that lead's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. Paul just filling it right now.
So 4:45, that's the fastest lap of the day.
I believe that is the fastest lap of the day with a 4:45.
So Paul Wolf is in the zone. This guy is an animal, but I just hope he can save the car.
Yeah, he's pushing super hard, but the one thing is, he's running consistent times. Almost every lap, it's right there in that 450, high 440 range.
So I used to race short course and UTVs as well, and sometimes if you were in the lead, you'd kind of back off a little bit and it'd throw you out of rhythm, then I'd start bicycling. So I can kind of understand to just run your pace. He's staying consistent.
I got to believe, too, that he's got somebody on the radio telling him, hey, man, stay exactly where you're at. You're running those high 440s, low 450s. If you can stay doing that and keep that pace, then he's going to take this thing home. As long as that car can hold up. Still a lot of racing left to go. He's got about 7 more laps left, just under 7 laps.
What a great race. And I'm just going to go back to how awesome this place is. So when I first heard about Visions, it's Jason Robinette. He was thinking about making something like a mini King of the Hammers out here in Oklahoma, and he went big. So what started as a vision, Jason Robinette turned into one amazing, amazing show. Looks like William Thomas is still in that 3rd position.
You know, and there's so much stuff going on here. Later on tonight, we got another concert up on stage. Right at dusk, we're going to have another freestyle motocross show with Matt Byton and the boys. So that's going to be a good one to watch. If you're here and you're enjoying Visions, come up, check it out. Get loud for those guys also.
On screen right there, I believe, is Cash LaCroix. And the drone almost touches the top of his roof.
Going right over the top. That drone bringing you all the good views there at home for sure.
So there's a Miller on screen. Can't tell if that's Cody or Hunter, but still running strong.
Fastest lap on the track last lap around was a 4:45 from Paul Wolf.
And that's fastest lap of the day, Matt.
That's fastest lap of the day, but look at Hunter Miller. Hunter Miller is trying to catch that with a 4:48 right there, just right behind him.
So right now, the story of the day is the Miller brothers and the Wolf brothers sandwiching in there, William Thomas. But look at the 12-year-old Cash LaCroix still sitting in that 6th position. So Cash LaCroix just threw down a 4:50 lap, so he's really hanging in there with the big boys. There is James Cantrell, number 502, heading up the knockout section. Earlier, I saw him running really slow, so I don't know if he went in limp mode, but got it cleared back out. So we'll run through the top of the leaderboard. We have Paul Wolf out front, followed by Nathan Wolf, William Thomas, Hunter Miller, Cody Miller, Cash LaCroix, Cody Martin, Brandon Grapevine, Kobe Caraway, Cameron Martin, James Cantrell, Philip Poe, Justin Barth, Bailey Cole, Devin Smith, Spencer Modlin, Levi Metzinger, Heath Taylor, Caleb Broker, Todd Beckett, Zach Turner, Chris McDaniel, Jamie McCoy, and Dustin Robbins. So I hear somebody making some bad racket out on the score.
Yeah, Miles, I was just trying to figure out what the car number was on that car, but, you know, these guys are going through so many different conditions. The car covered up in dirt, really kind of hard to make it out. But, man, what a beating these cars are taking for 14 laps. Such a long, long course. Tough course out here at Mid-America for Visions. But right now, Paul Wolf, the man to beat, turning some hot laps out there with a 4:45, fastest lap of the day.
We've got 9 competitors out on their 8th lap of 14. They will run 14 laps, right around 42 miles. They did leave the line in 10-second increments. This race is on adjusted time, but Paul Wolf is just owning this race. Speaking about Paul, he's coming through once again. We'll see what his lap time is. Another 4:50. So consistent for Mr. Paul Wolf.
You know, it looks like everybody up in that top 6, 7, 8 places right there have all found that 450 range and staying pretty close.
And Nathan Wolf in that 2nd position with a 4:57 lap time. So the split gap is about 1:27 between Paul Wolf and Nathan Wolf. So Paul Wolf got this thing figured out.
Well, let's talk about William Thomas really fast. William Thomas in that 3rd position, he's only about 15 seconds back, and he's turning about a 6-second faster lap time than Nathan right in front of him, so he may be able to catch up to him. And then you got Hunter Miller right behind him with a 4:48, right behind William Thomas. So we're going to maybe possibly see some changes up there in the front. Still a lot of racing left to go. These guys, Paul Wolf starting his 9th lap out there, 14 laps going down on the track.
And if you are just tuning in, we thoroughly appreciate each and every one of you. We're here for Visions Week at Mid-America Outdoor Off-Road Park, just outside of Jay in northeast Oklahoma. This park spans over 1,500 acres. It's a premier riding and racing park that is extremely family-friendly. There are amazing amenities here, including cabins, bathhouses, RV sites, dry camping, laundry room, power wash station, open-air bars, game areas, pools, lazy river, live music, and much, much more. So again, huge shout-out to Jason Robinette and his entire crew here. Jay, Oklahoma's population is roughly 2,500 people. Elevation is about 1,000 feet. Grand Lake is just down the road and is in the foothills of the Ozark Mountain Range that covers over 46,000 acres. This place is awesome here, Matt.
Man, it has it all. I love coming up here. I do all the short course races up here with Billy Champion and the crew. And getting to have some fun, do some extra stuff with you, learn some new things. And right now, out on the track, William Thomas in that third spot, stepping it up a little bit, 4:56. So he's matched Nathan Wolf in front of him. So it looks like that 15-second gap is going to stay probably about the same depending on what happens in this 9th lap they're on now.
What an amazing day. And I'm glad you took the morning off, laid low, because I'm having fun with you now, Matt.
Yeah, I'm having a good time for sure. My voice is coming back. I don't feel like for you fans at home I sound super horrible, but thanks for being understanding, Miles. Thanks for everybody at home. And real quick, let's go back up. Hunter Miller crossed the finish line to start his 9th lap with a 4:47. So he's literally about 9 seconds faster than William Thomas, and the gap's only 5 seconds.
Justin Barth just crossed the line. He is a lap down, but he will be playing double duty. After this race, he'll hop in his 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends car and do another 14 laps. That's a lot of beating out there.
Cody Miller right there, too, with a 4:51. So William Thomas right now in the middle. He's kind of a sandwich between the Wolf brothers and then the Miller brothers. And then you got Cash LaCroix and Cody Martin who are on the gas trying to get up there too. So lap time wise in your top group there, William Thomas about to catch himself in a position if he doesn't step on that gas.
So there's our top 5 on the bottom left of your screen. Paul Wolf, Nathan Wolf, William Thomas, Hunter Miller, and Cody Miller. Speaking about Millers, that's a Miller car on the backside just below that pond.
Jumping up that step up right there, going to swing back around and head back to the infield section of the short course track.
Bailey Cole just crosses the line once again, heading out for his 8th lap of 14. Bailey Cole running mid-pack as we speak.
You know, I'm excited to see these the races up the knockout hill. That's going to be interesting right there.
I know you're going to bail on us and take off early in the morning, so you're going to be watching the live stream off and on all day on your drive home?
Yeah, you know, I'm going to have this this iPad right here, and it's going to be set up in my cup holder, and I'll be watching all the way home tomorrow. So
on screen once again is Mr. Bailey Cole, number 13, part of Rock Royalty Racing, driving a factory Toyota from Jeff Proctor. There's that 500-yard drag race on top of the hill.
There you see the dust out on the track. We keep talking about this visibility becoming a very big factor out there. So these drivers are trying to find the line to stay out of the dust, stay out of the roost, but go as fast as they can on the track, that's for sure.
And we got Paul Wolf coming around once again, making another lap, dealing with some lap traffic. That's Paul Wolf on your right. And what's he turn? A 4:46. So just 1 second. This guy won't let down at all. Paul Wolf is in a zone, and he's on a mission.
Yeah, I'm renaming Paul Wolf. He's Mr. Consistency. He's all over the place. He is flying right now, but he's staying right there in the high 440s. So it's going to be a tough race. You know, you got Hunter Miller here turning a 4:47. So we're going to see if Hunter can catch up quite a bit and get up there and battle. But
and there's Paul Wolf just hitting the G-Force launch, getting some airtime, passing more and more competitors. So this first few laps he had clean air, but he's still being consistent with lap traffic.
Yeah, Paul just launching by another driver right here. You can see it. He's on a gas. He's on a mission. He wants to take home some money and win this race today.
What a wonderful day of racing it has been thus far, and we are just right in the middle of the Ultra 4 Racing UTV Endurance Race. Up next will be the 4400 Unlimited cars. There's a great shot of where we're at on the top right in the VIP section, calling the shots. And that's only part of that's VIP. Anybody can come down here, get in the shade. There's a bar with cold beverages right behind us, and come check out the action.
Yeah, also, you got Rand's dogs right up the hill. They've been taking care of us the whole time out here, the big food court, everything. So if there's anything you need, I promise you, without a doubt, Mid-America has it here for you right now.
So there's the 71 of Nathan Wolf running strong. So we got first, second, and third across the line. Paul Wolf, Nathan Wolf, then William Thomas. And Paul Wolf has extended his gap to 1 minute and 43 seconds. Still just pulling away by 5 or 10 seconds each lap.
There you see that driver heading through the woods right there. But check it out. One thing I want to talk about is you're starting to see a bunch of drivers stack up back here. You can see Hunter Miller at the back of the pack, and he is headhunting right now. He's trying to run down William Thomas. You see him there right as we speak. Only about a 7-second gap.
And look at that. The top 5 are all in Can-Ams. They are really, really running away with this thing.
We got a driver down on the course. Looks like Cash LaCroix is going to roll that car right there. Not good. They're going to try to get him flipped over and back out on course. Hopefully no damage. Hopefully he can keep going.
So there's an aerial shot of Cash LaCroix as he's upside down. We've got our flaggers out there telling the rest of the field to slow down. We've got an incident, but we'll get him righted. We'll get everything going. They're doing an amazing job over there keeping the racetrack flowing. Waiting to give a thumbs up from Cash LaCroix.
Yeah, give it up to this track team right here. They're out there in literally seconds to get that driver out of the car, make sure he's safe and ready to go.
So this is just a local caution. The yellow flag is out, but that's only right where the incident is. The rest of the course is hot.
See those drivers going through the woods right there, absolutely flying. Impressive to run the speeds they're running such a tight course through the trees right there. Paul Wolf still the man to beat out of Brighton, Illinois. Literally on fire right now. Fastest lap of the day by Paul Wolf. Turning a 4:45, running consistently in that high 440 range the whole entire race.
There is Bailey Cole, number 13, with Rock Royalty Racing, and that Jeff Proctor factory Honda machine still running strong. And he'll be racing double duty later on today. He'll be hopping in his 13 Trent Fab, number 13 Trent Fab 2-seat IFS machine, starting up with a rear pack.
Look at that drag race at the top of the hill. If you're a fan sitting over here watching these drivers go up Knockout Hill and then get on the gas, that is such a cool thing to see right there.
Looks like Paul Wolf will be coming through for another lap, heading out for lap 11 of 14 with another 4:45. So that's ties his fastest lap of the day. Consistency from Mr. Paul Wolf.
Surprise, surprise. Paul Wolf is absolutely clicking right now. That car is working. He knows what he's doing, and he's running such consistent lap times. He's definitely the man to beat right now on the track.
On screen there is Colby Caraway.
I'm telling you right now, we got to keep an eye out. Hunter and Cody Miller are hunting right behind him. They're both turning the 4:47, 4:46 lap time, so not far off of the pace that Paul Wolf's throwing down.
We need to give a huge shout out to Dennis Anderson Extreme Monster Truck Experience, Camera King Productions, Ultra 4 Racing, National Rock Racing Association, Pro Rock Racing, and last but not least, Mid-America Outdoors Racing. We've teamed up with these 5 amazing partners and are putting on visions for you here on site and back at home.
What do you think the speeds are there going through the trees right there? We're watching this right now.
I mean, they're clicking along at 40 mile an hour.
40, 45, they're flying right there. These guys these cars are set up. They can do anything out there.
Another great shot of the picture. Looks like they do have Cash LaCroix out of the car. I think everything's looking okay for him.
That's always good. We like to see it when these drivers jump right out. Everything's okay. Give it up to the track team and everybody out there helping in that situation for sure.
Yeah, JT Taylor, the race director for Ultra 4 and the entire Vision Week, is right on top of things. We've got a lot of volunteers on site, a lot of Mid-America Outdoor staff, so a huge shout out to them for helping us put this amazing event on.
JT, probably one of my new favorite people. I got to hang out with JT some, and he's a great guy, and I appreciate getting to work with him and you, Miles, and everybody else. But JT, man, you're my buddy. Me and you can be friends for a long time.
I've known JT for a very long time, and he is just as good as it gets. Look at that back-to-back jumping action coming around the Jumbotron turn.
William Thomas making the move. He's getting around. He is in that second spot right now, getting around Nathan Wolf. Nathan Wolf dropping back. Hunter Miller also moving into that third spot.
So Nathan Wolf moved from second to fourth position. So William Thomas is still on the gas, but there's a 2-minute gap between William Thomas and Paul Wolf.
Look at that drag race footage right there. Going into the woods, you can kind of see one of those drivers allow the other driver to kind of get in front. He's going to find another passing option to get around that driver instead of trying to dice it in. Right there, going up the hill. Looks like one of the Miller brothers.
It is absolutely a Miller, and they are still running strong. That's got to be Hunter Miller, if I'm not mistaken. And Nathan Wolf is not too far behind him. Remember, they did leave the line in 10-second increments earlier today. This race is on adjusted time, so you can go to escoremx.com and go to the Visions link and check it out. You can see the same live timing I'm using here.
Going up that knockout hill right there, you see those drivers. I've seen a couple of drivers making moves to that knockout section by literally just pinning it and jumping up those sections.
And that's what they're going to be doing tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. The Pro Rock and the SRRS crew will be doing a side-by-side drag out up that steep section. They'll have to jump the creek first.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give another big shout-out to my man Joey from Pro Rock. He's a character, and I've had a good time with him.
A character is a good way to put it. He's a good dude, likes to have fun. He clowns around with everybody. He's a good hype man.
That is the best word I could say for him. He never has a voice, ever. I thought I was bad. Joey's always without his voice. He's yelling and hyping everybody every chance he can. So right now, Paul Wolf out on the track, turning 4:45's last lap around, making it look easy. There's the
couldn't
pits.
quite tell who that was, but somebody's pulling to the Amsoil hot pits as we speak.
Nice to have those hot pits over there. You get a flat, need to do a fuel check, whatever it may be. Those guys are good, too. They're right there to make it in and out as quick as possible.
There was a Miller brother up and out of the knockout section, and a Wolf.
They're going into a drag race up there on top of that hill, too. That's going to be, look at him. You can see him right there on camera.
So Wolf out front.
Hunter Miller is on the gas. He's trying to catch him.
Hunter is hunting the Wolf.
Is that Cody? Cody hunting Nathan Wolf right there. That's pretty interesting.
There is action everywhere you look all over this race course. There's a great shot of that split line up and above Thunder Alley where they'll be doing that Monster Jam freestyle tomorrow night, and then the world record jump attempt by Weston Anderson in King Sling.
That's going to be something to see. You definitely want to tune in for that. There's going to be freestyle motocross, monster trucks, all the stuff you can think of right there.
So I got a physical look on screen. That is Mr. Paul Wolf heading out for his 12th lap out of 14. So this guy is just another.
Paul Wolf turning a 5:46 on that one. That's
so
not
did he
normal.
pull in the pits? He must have pulled in the pits because that's a full minute slower. Not sure what happened, but we'll see what kind of. He still had a 2-minute lead, so did it get cut down to about a minute? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll find out here in a minute when William Thomas comes through the finish line here and we get that transponder reading at the MRT finish line.
So, Matt, I did see a car pull in the pits, and it must have been Paul. Not sure if he had a flat tire or what, but he's pushing hard. Anything could happen. It's his race to lose for sure, and it's going to be a race to the finish.
Absolutely, because you're going to see William Thomas, Hunter Miller, Cody Miller, all battling trying to get up there. One thing that I want to note that we're seeing right here in scoring, Cody Martin must be having some problems. He is only on lap 8. Maybe he's not even in the race now, but he has dropped way back. Cody, one of your podium winners from the Pro Short Course race yesterday.
Heath Taylor finishing his 8th lap, heading out for lap 9. He's got James King riding shotgun, so they'll swap seats, swap cars, and head out for the next race. Heath Taylor and James King. Number 1, Hunter Miller, finishing up another lap for him. So is that going to put him into second position? It does.
Hunter Miller. Yeah, Hunter turning a 4:53. Literally down to a 1:19 gap between him and Paul Wolf. So Paul Wolf better find that 450 he's been running.
And now it's Cody Miller in third. So first position, Paul Wolf. Hunter Miller second. Cody Miller third. Then Nathan Wolf in fourth position. Where's William Thomas?
You got a couple Miller brothers hunting down a Wolf right now out in front. So we'll see if they can do it. They're starting on their 12th lap. So really only a couple laps left. Not a lot of time. So they need to find anywhere they can. And truthfully kind of hope that Paul Wolf makes a mistake or something happens and allows him to gain some time.
And we've been racing for almost an entire hour, and we're just a few laps away. Is it going to be Paul Wolf, Hunter Miller, Cody Miller, Nathan Wolf, William Thomas, Brandon Grapevine, Cody Caraway, Cameron Martin, Philip Pohl, and rounding out the top 10 is Justin Barth.
Yeah, look at that top 10. All those times are right there in that range. You got these top 5 guys or top 3 guys that are running in those super hot, like 450s, 440s, high 440s. And then the times kind of spread out a little bit more, but really and truthfully, it's anybody's race up front right now.
Absolutely, yeah. But Paul Wolf, it is his race to lose. He's got over a minute lead over the rest of the field. That guy's on fire. And that's even with a hot pit stop.
Yeah, he pulled in and pit right there. And, I guarantee you, there's some strategy in there. We don't know if the Miller brothers are going to have to stop at any point in time. I'm sure they're hoping they don't or won't have to. But right now they're hunting down Paul Wolf.
On screen is Justin Barth as he comes around the Jumbotron turn. Finishing out, you can see him carrying that right rear tire. He's really running a great race. Sitting in that top 10 position.
Look at how big this track is. Miles, this is such an amazing facility. They got everything here.
This used to be a 42-acre ski lake, and then Jason Robinette had the vision of blowing out the dam and building one of the nicest short course racetracks out here. So we've got a pretty good look at that. That's a Miller and Heath Taylor, I believe. So Heath Taylor's a lap down, so I'm sure he realized, this is one of the front runners. I'm letting him get around. Heath Taylor's a class act. So there's 2 Millers on the knockout. So Hunter out front, Cody just behind him.
Yeah, Cody turning a 4:49, Hunter turning a 4:53. So you see these guys up on top of the hill right now. They are on the gas trying to run each other down. Let me tell you, I know these guys are brothers, but that doesn't mean anything right now. They both want to win. They both want to get in front of the other one.
Oh yeah, it's all fun and games in the before and after the race, but right now it is on like nothing else.
Yeah, we saw Cody Miller a few minutes before the race. We're like, you going to get in the pool, dude, or what? And he was like, no, I'm going to race. And he's dialed in right now. These Miller brothers focused and ready to go. Paul Wolf also literally just on the gas out front. And he's the man to beat right now. It's going to take something big for these Miller brothers to make the pass and catch up. But we're going to find out right now what kind of gap we're looking at.
So we'll get a time for Paul Wolf here momentarily. The white flag is out. So Paul Wolf just threw down another 4:46. White flag is out for Mr. Paul Wolf.
So he definitely pit. He definitely lost a little bit of time in there, but back on the 4:46 lap time. Hunter Miller with a 4:53. So we'll see. The gap is definitely going to be a little bit better. I think all day we've seen Paul Wolf the fastest guy on the track by far.
By far. So out on his 14th and final lap, Mr. Paul Wolf. Running one heck of a race. That was Kobe Caraway and Levi Metzinger on screen just a moment ago. But back to our race leader, Mr. Paul Wolf, out on his last lap. Just 3 more miles to go. There's Heath Taylor on screen. There's a Miller brother. Hunter and Coney have 2 cars that are very similar in looks.
Yeah, their whole entire team comes out here, and I don't know who's who because they all look exactly alike. But
they've got some fans in the crowd as he heads out. So Hunter Miller trying to hunt down Paul Wolf. White flag is flying. Hunter Miller just threw down a 453, pretty respectable. But this is Paul Wolf's. This is his race. It's his to lose.
I think the more fun thing to watch is going to be the fact that Cody Miller just turned to 452. Hunter turned to 453. They're only about 8 seconds away from each other. So we may see a battle here in a minute between the Miller brothers.
And you know that Cody's going to be all over it trying to chase down his brother for some bragging rights. In 4th position, crossing the line, is Nathan Wolf grabbing the white flag, turning a 503. So Paul Wolf, we'll see him here in town in just 2 or 3 more minutes, trying to wrap this thing up as he's heading up the knockout section as we speak.
Miles, what do you think? Do you think Hunter Miller would be nice to Cody when he gets close to him out there?
Absolutely not. It is no holds bar. They're not going to take each other out, but they're not going to give him anything.
I can tell you right now, if I was Cody and Hunter was in front of me, I'd have to give him a little love tap, let him know I'm back there, and say, hey, I'm just a little bit faster than you. There's no shaking and baking on this one either. He's not helping him out at all.
So up and above Thunder Alley as we speak.
492, William Thomas coming through the finish line with a 4:48 lap time, also flying right there. William Thomas in that 5th spot. William had a good run also. He's ran up front, may have had some issues, dropped back, but he's still hanging in that top 5.
So Paul Wolf out of Brighton, Illinois, then Hunter and Cody Miller out of Greenville, Texas, and Nathan Wolf out of Brighton, Illinois, and then out of Lowell, Arkansas, William Thomas. Our top 5 that are out on their 14th and final lap.
One last lap, Mr. Paul Wolf. He's trying to keep it all together. If he can make it through here, and as you say, finish the race, he's going to win this thing right now in the UTV endurance stuff. Coming up next, though, we got the 4400s. I'm excited for that. Well, tell me a little bit about these 4400 trucks.
So they're the Swiss Army of off-road. I mean, we race King of the Hammers up and over the mountains. We race down in Mexico, do a Baja race. Now we're doing short course here. We'll do short course in Sturgis, short course in Crandon, Wisconsin here in just a little bit. We go to Tennessee, Kentucky, tight woods, mud. These cars can do it all. Lots of horsepower. They'll have IFS, which is independent front suspension. They'll have straight axles as well. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be fun to watch. You do not want to miss out.
Tune in. If you're down here, if you're at Visions right now, make your way down to the viewing area. This is the place to be for sure.
There is action all over this short course. And it looks like here comes Paul Wolf coming to get the checkered flag. We are seconds away from Paul Wolf walking away from this race, and there he goes, Paul Wolf.
With a 442.
Paul Wolf just unofficially won this race and set the fastest lap time of a 4:42.
Good run right there for Paul Wolf. Paul Wolf just clicking through the whole race. 14 laps in this long course. He had no problems whatsoever. Maybe one pit that we can.
I believe he had to have one pit because he was pulling away with a 2-minute lead, and then we saw him go in. But Paul Wolf with one heck of a race.
Yeah, heck of a drive for Paul. Congratulations on the win there. He's got to be stoked. He's also got to be stoked that it's over because that dust is something going on out there.
But remember, this is unofficial. This race is on adjusted time. He did start on the pole, but he's got a good enough lead. I don't think there's anybody that can catch him on adjusted time. They did take off in 10-second increments. But where are the Miller brothers? Where is Nathan Wolf? Where's William Thomas? Here's Kobe Caraway, but he is a lap down.
Oh, there they are. I see the Miller brothers coming back down the hill and into the short
They're
course.
back onto
And
the
I'm
short
telling you
course.
right now, that is a close one. Cody is hunting right now. He's trying to catch Hunter.
And is
I
there
don't know
lap
if he's gonna
traffic
be
in the
able
way
to
as
do
well?
it.
I believe there is, so it's going to be down to the wire. Is it going to be Cody or Hunter?
Well, here you see Hunter right now coming back around. He's going to come back over that big jump here in just a second. There he is.
And Hunter Miller did start in front of Cody, so there's 10 seconds splitting them. It's going to be super, super close. We got to count. I think Cody's going to get him. I think Cody's going to inch him out
No,
by 2
Hunter's already
seconds.
got
I
him.
think he's going to get him.
Oh, with
I'll
the
bet it's going to be
adjusted time.
10.
We're still
I think it's
seeing.
going to be 2 seconds.
Let's see. We're about to find out.
No, it is
did
not.
not.
It's 2 seconds the other way. It looks like 7 seconds. So unofficial first place, Paul Wolf. Unofficial second place, Hunter Miller. Unofficial third, Cody Miller.
Impressive drive for these guys in this UTV endurance race. Such a fun one to watch, man. These guys just hanging it all out there for 14 laps on this long course. It's hot. Vision's down. The dust is up. But Paul Wolf, the man to beat the whole entire race. He was out front and on the gas.
And since we do have our winners that have crossed, everybody else will get the checkered flag so we can get some more racing action underway. So they may be a lap or two down. So Nathan Wolf in that 4th position. Thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in here on site and back at home. Ultra4Racing.com/live. Get on the King of the Hammers Facebook page. Start a watch party. Hit the share button. So don't go anywhere. We will be racing 4,400 Ultra 4 Racing here very, very shortly. Here comes William Thomas on a right rear flat. Looks like that's going to put him unofficially in 5th position with a right rear flat. So tough break. He was running on the podium position most of the day, but it's Paul Wolf 1, Hunter Miller 2, and Cody Miller 3 unofficially. So here's our unofficial top 5 in the bottom left of your screen. Paul Wolf, Hunter Miller, Cody Miller, Nathan Wolf, and William Thomas. So far, it's looking like a Can-Am sweep on top through the top 5. On screen right now is Mr. Justin Barth. Justin Barth finishing a lap down. And I believe we're just going to try to clear the course, and we should be live racing for Ultra 4 4,400 Unlimited class, I would say, in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So don't go anywhere. And if you do, go use the restroom, get a cold drink. We got Rand's Dogs up there. We've got plenty of beverages in the bar right behind us. So I believe it's going to be about a 20-minute break while we reset the field, put a little bit of water on it, make sure everything's safe. But what a great, great day of racing it's been. So again, this is Visions Week here at Mid-America Outdoor Off-Road Park. It has been an amazing week so far, and it is not over yet. We're about to kick off the 4,400 Ultra 4 Unlimited class here in just a little bit. And then tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Time, we're going to kick off the Bouncer and UTV knockout races. 2 p.m. Barbie Jeep downhill races. There's $5,000 on the line for that. And then tomorrow night, Dennis Anderson and Company has 10 of his best friends bringing some of the best privately owned monster trucks, putting on some freestyle for you. And then Weston Anderson in Kingsland going to try to jump over 200 feet at 90 miles an hour, hitting that huge jump in Thunder Valley. There's our Raceline Wheels water truck, getting the track tuned in. And speaking of Dennis Anderson, we were able to catch up with him. We had Tera doing some interviews off and on all week. She's been doing a great job. So let's have a quick chat with Dennis Anderson. We'll be right back after this.
Hi guys, we're here at Visions Week just outside of Jay, Oklahoma at Mid-America Outdoors. I'm here with Dennis Anderson today. How are you doing? How are you? I mean, gosh, you came to this amazing event.
I got to tell you, man, it's an honor to be a part of Visions, Mid-America Outdoor Off-Road Park. I came in here, a few months ago and saw where these guys were laying down. There was no way that this was going to happen without me being here.
That's what I've heard. I hear we have mega trucks and monster trucks here for this event. What is the difference in those vehicles?
Well, a monster truck weighs about 12,500 pounds. Mega truck has got the same power, but it only weighs about 6,000 pounds. They're made to run through mud. These are made to jump over buses. But I've got to tell you, we're making a combination of everything out here. We got a smorgasbord of, a carnage field, gladiator-style arena that's brand new. We just finished it. I'm telling you, 24 hours ago, but it looks awesome. And we are going to show down and throw down for everybody that comes to the valley.
Okay, so my understanding is you guys have a few shows that are going to happen this week, not just the one. Is that correct?
That's right. So Sunday afternoon at 6 p.m., we've got the Mega Truck Show. It's going to be mud, stunt, fire, thunder. It's going to be happening on Sunday. It's really kind of a teaser event, but it's powerful, it's fast, it's loud, and it's awesome. And then we're going to, spin right on in. We have events all through the week. And once we get down to the grand finale of our last day in the valley anyway out there, it is going to be on the 24th at 7 o'clock. Monsters are going to go mad. We're going to have racing, side-by-side racing, freestyle, and we're going to do a world record jump with King Slang, the mega truck.
Wow, that sounds incredible. So what is the record exactly that we're trying to set here this week?
Honestly, in my eyes, the record's easy. All we got to do is break 175. We've already done a few practice runs with it, almost beat it already. But this ramp we built, we don't know what's going to bring. I just hope the truck stays together when it hits the ground and we can keep going. Because if it does, Weston Anderson, my youngest son, is going to run that truck in the ground for the fans.
Love it. Sounds like you've got a couple of drivers, maybe. Anybody special you want to give a shout out to, or anything special you want to say about these incredible vehicles that you brought out?
I just wanted all of my friends out there, all of my buddies with their monster trucks, it's a special shout out to all of them for being a part of this, making us look as great as we can with motorsport entertaining. And a special shout out to Jason for bringing this event together. So Mid-America Outdoor, the whole family. This is a wholesome park, and this is what I want. My family's here, my grandkids are here. It's fun.
Love it. Okay, I gotta ask because everybody always wants to know what size are these tires and what kind of engine are you running in a truck like this?
These tires they're called Monster Tera tires. So they're 66 inches tall, 43 inches wide, they weigh 800 pounds, they cost $3,000. The motors are 540 cubic inch blown fuel injected alcohol motors. They deliver 1,500 horsepower and 1,350 foot-pounds of torque. So these things are awesome. They're big, heavy beasts, but man, we have fun with them. We do backflips and on and on.
Love it. Guys, you heard it. Dennis Anderson and his crew are out here this week with the mega trucks and the monster trucks. We hope you're watching to see some cool stuff. I can't wait. Thank you so much,
Right
Dennis.
on.
Hey guys, welcome to Visions Week here at Mid-America Outdoors, just outside of Jay, Oklahoma. I'm here today with Justin and Gatlin. How are you guys doing?
All right, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm awesome. It looks like you guys have some pretty cool toys behind here.
Yep. I've got Voodoo Child, which is our rock bouncer, and my daughter has little Razor. She'll be racing for the first time on Monday.
Are you a better driver than this guy here?
That's a hard one because he has a lot more experience.
Is he your coach?
Yeah,
So one day you're going to be better and faster than him, right?
probably.
So you've been coming here for a while. This isn't your first time here. The park's been going through a lot of development and adding new cool things. What would you say your favorite part about this park is?
Definitely the facilities, the bathhouses here, your amenities, and you add a pool and a lazy river, you can't beat that.
Oh yeah, I think everybody's looking forward to that pool getting open and diving right in. So I've seen some kids' cars bouncing around here that kind of look like kid-sized bouncers. Do you think you'll stick with the UTVs for a while, or are you going to upgrade and move on to the bouncer series as well?
I'll probably move more toward the Ultra 4 because it's kind of like the exact same, but a little bit different.
So you like the rocks and the go fast, huh?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being out here today with us. Hey, guys. Welcome to Visions Week. We are at Mid-America Outdoors, just outside of Jay, Oklahoma. My name's Tera, and I've got Landon Brown here with me today. So these are your cars behind us here, right?
Yeah.
And you've got two?
Two.
Very cool. So let's see. What's this one over here? It looks like it says Sub-Zero on it. That's your first rock crawler, right?
Yeah.
And how did you come up with that name?
From Mortal Kombat.
Very cool. What's your favorite part about the old car, and what's your favorite part about this new car?
My favorite part about the new car is rear steer, and my favorite part about my other car is going fast.
Going fast. All right. I'm going to have Wyatt step in here. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Thanks for coming out and hanging out with us. You want to tell us a little bit about the new car here?
All right. So we it was Dad's idea. We come up with he wanted to use a Harley motor on the new one. So I got to talking with some buddies of mine that run transmission shops, and so we kind of figured out a way to make it work. Last weekend we just put a 1200 kit on the motor, so now it's a 1200 instead of a 883. I asked Landon, I said, what do I have on my buggy that you don't have on yours? And then immediately he's like, you have rear steer. And I'm like, well, if I could put it on there, you want to do it? And he said, yes. He's still learning it, but he loves driving it.
Welcome back, world. This is Visions Week here at Mid-America Outdoor Off-Road Park. We just finished up the UTV Ultra 4 Endurance Race. So unofficially, top of the box goes to Paul Wolf. Second place, Hunter Miller. Third place, Cody Miller. Visions is hosted at Mid-America Outdoors Park just outside of Jay in northeast Oklahoma. Spanning over 1,500 acres, this place is absolutely phenomenal. And up next, we will have the 4,400 Ultra 4 Racing Unlimited class, so do not go anywhere. You want to stick around and check that out. And while we wait for the action to start, we got some interviews from earlier in the week.
Hi guys, welcome to Visions Week at Mid-America Outdoors. We're just outside of Jay, Oklahoma. I'm Tera Hunter, and today I'm here with
Spencer Modlin.
Nick Sharp.
Guys, welcome. Are you having fun at the event?
Oh, always. This place is a blast.
What would you say your favorite part about this park is so far that you've experienced?
Probably the food trucks.
The food trucks. So this is your race car here behind us. Have you already raced, or are you preparing for your race?
We just went out there and did 2 quick practice laps, see what the track is like, and it's definitely going to be gnarly, and we have to change some things.
Is there anything that maybe he needs some advice on his driver from your perspective in the co-driver's seat?
Just full send it the whole way.
I like it. So you've been out there, you've taken a run on it. What do you think you're really going to have to pay attention to on that course that's going to sneak up on you if you're not on your game?
Definitely the rocks. There's massive rocks. It's just all over, and you get You hit it in the wrong spot and you're done for the day.
So you like speed, obviously, if you're out here racing this kind of stuff. Are you able to turn that need for speed off when you're actually on the road driving your personal vehicle, or is like every corner a challenge for you?
I can't turn the speed off, but definitely the bumping and rubbing I can turn off because insurance don't want to pay for that.
And how about you? What's your opinion of your driving skills on the real road?
My driving record would show otherwise, so.
So when is your race that you're competing in? Do you know what day and time people can expect to watch that?
It is tomorrow. I think we start qualifying at 9 and the real race is at 3, 2 o'clock sometime.
Okay, sounds good. Is there anybody you guys would like to say hi to out there, or any sponsors anybody you need to give a shout out to?
I'll give a shout out to all my sponsors, GVC, Top 6 Racing, Elka, Moose, Baron Pool Construction, Can-Am, Whalen Tunes, Double E Shocks, and Tire Spines.
Awesome, guys. Good luck out there with your race.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, guys. Welcome to Visions Week at Mid-America Outdoors. We're just outside of Jay, Oklahoma today. I'm Tera Hunter, and I'm here with Jay Aiken. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. I'm excited to be out here. It's a great opportunity to come out here and race.
Awesome, Jay. How long have you been racing?
I have been racing probably 5 or 6 years on and off, either racing or co-driving, or just going to events and helping. I just love the environment and get to go out and have a good time. So.
Awesome. Would you say as your years progressed in your racing that you had any racers that maybe you looked up to as a good driver that inspired you to do what you're doing or to do better at it?
The original one would probably be Shannon Campbell. I mean, I've watched him for a long time in the rock crawling stuff and the speed thing, so that's probably going to be number one. Next one, which is weird, but I co-drive for him, is David Hartman. I look up to him because he's just a good friend and hell of a good racer, so.
Awesome. Definitely a lot of good guys and gals in the industry for sure. Can you tell us a little bit about your car? What size engine are you running? What size tires? You know, the basics that everybody's always curious about.
So this car is a 4800 car. Different rules than the Unlimited car, but we're running with the Unlimiteds. 37-inch Yokohama tires. It is a turnkey 427 stroked LS3. 3.0 King shocks. PRP seats, trailing arm, solid axle front and rear. So
nice, thank you. What would you say on this particular race course? You've had a chance to go out there and drive it a little bit. What is your favorite part about it, and what part do you think is going to challenge you out there during your race?
Well, as I was saying a moment ago, the step ups off the short course kind of surprised me out pre-running. I almost took the wrong line and went on for a ride. So the most challenging part's going to be the dust, I have a feeling. So we went. I was following another racer pre-running up top, and you couldn't see anything. So we blew the corner.
Oh man, hopefully that doesn't happen during the race.
Yeah.
So you've been here for a few days now. What has been your favorite part about this park, aside from the racing?
The amenities. I mean, the general store, the laundry service, the shower houses, obviously the lazy river and the pool. I mean, you can't go wrong with there. But I think just the general Oklahoma feel. I mean, we're kind of a friendly state. So everybody that comes here, I feel they have a good time. So.
Awesome. Yeah, that pool is definitely awesome. I think a lot of drivers are going to be jumping in that as soon as they get done with their practicing. Is there anyone that you'd like to give a shout out to? Any sponsors, fans, friends, family, anything?
Custom Splice. I'm out here. I'll have the car out at their booth all weekend. Jimmy's 4x4, Schaefer's Oil, Derek Neal with Schaefer's Oil. I think it's the best stuff. I run it almost in everything in the car. See, we got to do this whole look at the car thing here because I don't do this all the time. Another organization, Warrior Built, Rugged Radio, Ultra Wheels, Willwood Brakes, GSM Motorsports, Yukon Gear and Axle. So that's some of them.
Awesome. Anybody he forgot, thank you for them.
Yeah. Tacky Sign Shop. That's it for now.
Awesome. Jay, thank you so much for doing the interview, and good luck out there, man. Hi guys, welcome to Visions Week at Mid-America Outdoors. We're just outside of Jay, Oklahoma. I'm Tera Hunter and I'm here with Bailey Cole today. Bailey, you just got off the track out there. What's it like?
The course is awesome out here. It's a little tight for the 4400 cars, but man, we are racing the UTV2, and you can rip so fast out here. It's kind of like autocross, but for off-road. Such an awesome track and such an awesome venue. It's great out here.
Awesome. Bailey, a lot of times the viewers would love to know about the tires, the engine, stuff like that. You got any specs about the car that you can share with us?
Yeah, so this is a Trent Fabrication chassis with a CBM LSX, Spider Tracks axles, Yukon drive shafts, 40-inch Nitto tires. This car is really built to go over everything. It's pretty amazing. VP fuel to get the car running.
Obviously, you have a need for speed and challenge and stuff like that. Are you able to keep that focus just on the course, or do you find that even when you're driving out on the roads, every turn out there is a challenge just for fun for you?
I've been really lucky to get to race for a lot of my life, so I get to kind of get all that speed out on the track and try to not do that on the road. I have gotten 1 or 2 speeding tickets, which isn't a good thing, and I've done really good recently in not doing that.
And how long have you been racing, Bailey?
I believe this is my 9th or 10th year. I started when I was 14, right before my 15th birthday, so before I even got my learner's permit.
Are there any drivers out there that have helped you grow, or that you look up to, whether it's the way that they go about their race programs or the way that they drive and things? You know, all little kids have somebody that they look up to, or maybe another driver or something that they're learning some skills from. Do you have any favorites out here in the industry?
Yeah, that's honestly what has helped me become the driver I am today. I've had a lot of great teachers. My dad obviously taught me a lot when I was very young, from early in the rock crawlers, just keeping the cars together, being smooth. Chris Ridgway, he was also a lot of fun. I raced a couple years with Ricky Johnson, and he gave me a couple pointers as he was kind of kicking my butt out there, but you learn a thing or two even losing.
And you've got some wins under your belt for this year. How do you know where that threshold is on the speed, yet being able to maintain your car throughout the race?
So one of the biggest lessons I've had to learn is just to check up and do everything you know you can do. Everybody can go really fast out there, but it's about making it all the way through the race. And that's one of the hardest lessons to learn with these cars, because they're capable of doing just about anything you want to do. So you just kind of have to learn to back it off a little bit and keep the car together and go fast out there.
Awesome. And what are you enjoying about the event other than getting to race? There's a lot of cool stuff here. What's been your favorite about this park?
Oh, we've gone to basically every concert out here. It's been awesome music. They have the lazy river, the pools. We're sleeping in a nice cabin. Like, this park is just incredible. It truly is like an off-road resort.
Awesome. Is there anybody out there you'd like to give a shout out to, or any sponsors or anything you need to mention?
Got to thank the friends and family that helped me get here. My awesome crew, my dad, Ken's my girlfriend, Yukon, Spider Tracks, Nitto, Vision, 4WP, VP Race Fuels, all the amazing partners that helped me get here. I really couldn't do it without them.
So what day and time are you going to be out there racing? When can we expect to see you?
So I'm racing basically all my races on Friday, and it's going to be a pretty busy day. We're going to qualify the UTV at 10 a.m. and then follow it up with this girl, and then 2 p.m. is the main races. So I'll start at UTV and follow it up with racing 4400. It'll be a good day.
Awesome, Bailey. We look forward to seeing you out there. Good luck. Hi guys, welcome to Visions Week at Mid-America Outdoors, just outside of Jay, Oklahoma. I'm Tera Hunter, and I'm here with John Mole today. John, you just got off the track, man. How is it out there?
It's a pretty amazing track, honestly. I've never driven anything like it. The closest thing that comes to mind is probably the Bluegrass in Kentucky, but this is to a much bigger scale, and you can get a lot quicker around the big whoops and the big hills, so it's pretty amazing.
Awesome. How long have you been racing?
My first race in Ultra 4 was in 2017, I believe. I had an old straight axle car and worked my way up. I've had this car for almost exactly 1 year. I think I've had 2 or 3 races on it, so this is really the first race that I've been able to, drift around corners and swing it around, and really, that's what it was purpose built for, and so it's good to actually use it for that.
Awesome. And what attracted you to Ultra 4 racing?
I've always been an off-road. I've had Jeep since I was in the military, 17, 18 years old, and this is kind of the ultimate off-road experience, so it was something I had to do.
Nice. Are there any specifics that you can give your fans out there about your car, your engine, your wheels, anything like that those people just love to know about and compare?
I've got a Thompson Motorsports 448 LS7. It's a tall deck. It's got a Gearworks transmission, an Atlas transfer case, Gearworks third, Spider Tracks housings, King shocks, of course, Nitto tires, and Raceline wheels.
Awesome. Have you had a chance to make it to any other concerts while you've been here?
So we got here last night pretty late, and the first thing we did was go eat something, and we went to go watch Everclear play. So we caught just as they were starting is when we got here.
Love it. Everybody's got a talent, that helps. Those musicians are great. They're very skilled at what they do. I imagine you're pretty skilled at what you do. What would you say is your biggest attribute that helps you with these races?
Probably just always doing like daredevil-y cut stuff, not really being scared to roll the car or go too fast or anything.
Love it. And when are you going to be racing?
This weekend we race tomorrow. I think we started like 10 o'clock, or qualifying's at 10 and then the main's at 2.
Awesome. Well, good luck out there, and thanks for stopping by with us. Have fun. Hi guys, welcome to Visions Week, Mid-America Outdoors, just outside of Jay, Oklahoma. I'm Tera Hunter, and I'm here with Chip McLaughlin today. How you doing, Chip?
Doing great. It's great to be out here. It's a great track, and I'm just happy to be racing.
Awesome. What class are you going to be racing in?
We're going to be in the 4400 Unlimited class tomorrow on Friday, Ultra 4.
Perfect. Have you had a chance to get out on the course yet?
We just did 6 laps, and it was amazing. We just got a new tire sponsor, Maxxis Tires. First time out and on the tires, and first time on a short course in a long time, and this was an amazing course.
Awesome. What do you feel like is going to be your strongest attribute that's going to help you out there and hopefully win this race?
Well, unlike all the other races we've had here this week, this is an endurance race. We're going to be racing for an hour and a half. It's not going to be a sprint like the guys that race today, where it's full out the whole time. We're going to have to pace ourselves. You can't win in the first lap. You win on the last lap. So we got to keep the cars together, keep them out of the trees, keep them out of the pond, Bailey, and just keep the tires down.
Awesome. So are you a one-man show, or do you have a whole crew that travels with you?
I'm just a little small part of the whole team. We've got probably 10 guys that come usually with us to the race. Diamond and Fry do most of the work all the time. Got Zandy, the team owner, and competitor too. And we have all the wives and come out. Mama Ange, Edie, Lori, Kristen, Nikita. I mean, I call it the rolling circus of Ultra Ford. We just have a blast and make it a friendly family deal.
Love it. And what attracts you to the Ultra 4 style of racing?
We see everything from rocks to jumps, short course, unfortunately mud sometimes. And I just like the people that we race with. We'll help anybody get back out on the track so we can beat them on the track. We don't want to beat them in the pits.
Love it. And would you say that your strong suit is more the high-speed stuff or the rocks?
I'm better in the rocks. I'm getting faster in the faster stuff. It takes a lot of skill to get through there. But like this course, it's got a little bit of everything. So you got to adjust on the fly. And with all of us being so close, I mean, you got to make instant decisions and live with whatever the decision is. So usually I'm pretty good at it unless chip happens and we make some fun.
Awesome, man. Is there anybody you need to give a shout out to?
Yeah, first, Rufus Racing, EcoStaff. EcoStaff's our main sponsor. Maxxis Tire, we just signed on with them for the rest of this year and for next year. And Chris Shaw and the Maxxis team here have been helping us out. We're going to be running the Maxxis Razors for this race and for the next 2 races. And Nightstick, Baja Design lights, and then mainly our crew. If it wasn't for the crew, we couldn't do this. I get to be in the limelight, and I'm probably the least one that does the least work.
Awesome. And what's your car number so we can be on the lookout for you?
Well, at the end, it's probably going to be the brown car, passing the brown car, but it's the number 4 Rufus Racing car.
Awesome, man. Good luck out there. Thank you. Hi, guys. Welcome to Visions Week, Mid-America Outdoors, just outside of Jay, Oklahoma. I'm Tera Hunter, and I'm here with Zandy Williams today. Zandy, how are you doing? This event is incredible.
Hey, this place is top notch. It's probably the best in the whole entire country, if not the world. It's really a nice place, nice facilities, nice accommodations. It's just unbelievable. So we're having a great time.
What are the kids and wives loving about this event?
The pool, and it's just everything is just clean and nice, and the people are cool, and it's a fabulous place.
I love it. There's some resort style relaxing, yet there's still some dirty stuff going on behind us out here. Have you had a chance to get out on the track yet?
Oh yeah, we went out. We pre-ran about six or seven laps. it's a nice course. There's a lot of ups and downs and a little bit of technical stuff going down in a few places and maybe up. Other than that, I mean, the course it's nice. It's phenomenal. It's going to be fun to race because you can pick and choose a few lines and go a little faster maybe.
I like it. Is there anybody out there on the course that you're really gunning for and you're like, man, I got to get up there. I got to be right there with them or beating them?
I'll tell you right now, every time I hit the course, there's only one person I'm trying to beat, and that's Chip.
I love it. So obviously you got a need for speed.
That's right.
Whenever you're on the course, you're just out there giving it all you've got. Do you feel like you can turn that off when you get behind the wheel of your personal vehicle on the road, or is every corner a challenge for you?
Absolutely not. I can never turn it off. It's like I'm road raging going down the highway just like everybody else. It's like it's a race. Whether you're on the course or you're on the street, get out of my way.
How long have you been racing, Zandy?
Only 2 years. Only 2 years. So I'm really new. I'm one of the old timers in the bunch, and my job on this team is to push Chip out of his comfort zone, because if an old guy beats him, then it's like, so that's where we're at right now. He's trying to beat me and I'm trying to beat him.
Love it. What about your car do you think it is that's going to help you win this race?
You know, it's a tribe chassis, it's a solid axle car, and the only difference is really the person behind the wheel. So if I'm racing Chip, I'm betting on me all day long.
Awesome, guys. Well, you heard it. Zandy's winning and Chip is losing. Good luck out there, man. Hi, guys. Welcome to Visions Week at Mid-America Outdoors, just outside of Jay, Oklahoma. I'm Tera Hunter, and I'm here with
Travis Forshee.
And
Dana, the pinball hell.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for joining us out here. Which class are you guys racing in?
We're going to be running in the 4800 class this race. Pretty excited to be here. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a pretty technical course. There's a lot of good jumps out there. There's a lot of little gotchas if you're not paying attention. That little knockout rock bouncer hill, it's going to be fun, and especially when you come down that rock sledge in the back. We've already seen 2 razors on their side, so let's see what happens in the big race.
Awesome. Have you had a chance to get out on the course yet?
Yes, we did. We just made about 5 laps out there. Got to do a little bit of tuning on the car, and I really like the nice big jump over there. We came off of it pretty solid, pretty hard. It is a real technical course, really fast, faster than what I'm used to. I come from the bouncer world, so this is way faster than I'm used to. But we're gonna give it a go.
Love it. And how long have you been racing?
I've been racing since 2006, and bouncers with the SRS, and got out. I'm 48 years old now, so I'm still going, trying, and we're gonna see if I can make it happen still. So then we'll go from there.
Awesome. And how long have you been in the industry?
So my first time actually racing Ultra 4, I co-drove with Daryl Gray out in Tennessee 3 years ago. So after that race, I rode with Chip in Oklahoma, and then I was with Zandy all the way up until the last 2 races.
What do you think is going to help you win out here, whether it's something about your car or skill that you might have?
I think it's our size. We're a lot skinnier than the rest of these guys, so we have less weight, and a lot more motor. So we'll see. We'll see if we can hang on.
Awesome. So you've probably had a few days here to enjoy some of what's going on at the park other than the racing and stuff. What's been your favorite about this event?
My favorite overall is just the family atmosphere. I mean, even when you're coming by the pool, everybody's nice. You've got the little band up there playing right next to them most of the day. And then the entertainment in the evening, you couldn't beat it. It's amazing. I mean, we have a different concert every night. It seems like somebody's playing somewhere the whole time. So it doesn't matter what you're into, even if you're just coming out as a spectator. Everybody should come out, enjoy themselves. You can bring your kids, go to the pool for a little while. You can watch them racing. You can listen to bands, put the kids to bed, hang out in the camper later at night. There's a party somewhere.
Always. Is there anything that you would like to let your fans know out there?
I'd like to say thanks to Eco Earthworks, HP Tuners for stepping up, 100% sponsor for these guys. Hill and Associates, all the guys back here at home. I appreciate my wife, my kids, my family. We're going to get this tribe car on this track, and we're going to run it hard. We're going to see where we stand like that.
Awesome. Anything you'd like to let your fans know?
Oh, I appreciate everybody that comes out. I appreciate all the support we get from Zandy and Ange, the whole Rufus team. You know, anytime you need something, if something breaks, they're there for you. You know, the guy's Jan over at HP. I mean, he's been working hard with me, getting that car dialed in. Chris where's Chris from? Georgia. Chris from Georgia did a whole day of shock tuning with us. I mean, he's helped us dial that car in. The car started to build about 2 years ago. He got the chassis built, and then he sat on it and collected everything else he needed. He put it back in the shop with Tribe, and we got it out 2 months ago. So this is the second time. That car's got less than 50 miles on it.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, we're just getting it dialed in and ready, and see what kind of show we can put on for everybody.
Awesome. Love it, guys. Thanks for coming out for all the family fun, and good luck with your race out there.
Thank you.
Welcome to Visions at Mid-America Outdoors, just outside of Jay, Oklahoma. I'm Tera Hunter, and I'm here today with
Devin Smith.
Devin, welcome to this amazing event. I mean, there are cars just flying behind us. There's people in the pool up there. There's some crowds out there cheering and loving it. Is this your first time here?
This is my second time here. I was here with Pro Rock 2 years ago.
Oh, very cool. Are you new to racing, or have you been racing for a long time?
I've been racing for about 8 years now, so just mainly XC racing. I'm from Indiana. We do a lot of woods racing. I started doing a little bit of Pro Rock and venturing out here and there. I ran the Red Bull race in Pennsylvania it was back in June, and I won that race. So moving up in the world.
Nice. What is the favorite thing about your car that you really think helps you in these races?
Well, for one, it was built by my bud, Mike, and he did a fabulous job on it, and it's just a tank. It'll take an abuse and keeps on ticking, so.
Love it. Is there any part of this course that is your favorite that you think you're really going to excel in?
I think I'll excel in the woods. I'm not real good on short course. Like I said, I'm from XC background, so I think I'll do good in the woods, what little bit there is, and we'll just have to see what happens tomorrow.
Will you be only racing that, or will you be joining in for the Barbie car race as well?
I told everybody maybe I'll have a better chance of winning that because there's a lot of fast guys out here.
Love it. I cannot wait to see that event. That looks crazy.
Right into the pool.
Oh, man, yeah. I feel like jumping in that thing right now. So are you a one-man show? Do you have a whole team that travels with you? What's your story?
Usually I have family. We go and we camp the whole weekend of the race. This weekend I got Mike and Steve Mueller with me. We're just a one-man operation, basically. You know, we don't have a big team. I guess you'd call us the weekend warrior racer.
Love it. At least you're getting out there and enjoying it. What's your car number so we can look for that during the race?
278.
278. All right, guys. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to, or anything you'd like your fans to know?
Well, you know, I got a bunch of sponsors that help out. I got HCR, Suspension, Mikey's Shop, A34 Powder Coating, G-Force Racing, GBC Tires, Aftermarket Assassins, VP. I'm forgetting people. I'm bad at this. I'm sorry, but this is, you know, I got a lot of people that back me, and I appreciate everything they do for me.
Awesome, man. Well, I won't keep you out here. Good luck in your race. Go hit that pool while you've got some time.
Welcome back, world. We're here at Visions at the Mid-America Outdoors Off-Road Park, and we just finished up the the UTV Ultra 4 endurance race, but we are about to kick off the main event of the day, and that is the 4400 Unlimited Ultra 4 racing cars. Matt, I hope you're as excited as I am. I know everybody, this is going to be a good treat.
Yeah, I'm super pumped. This is my first time to get to call one of these 4400 endurance races like this, so I'm pumped on this. I know I'm going to learn a lot. I'm going to be a sponge sitting next to you and jump in where I can, but I'm pumped to see this.
And look here, we got some of our social hits. Yes, we do have a camera or two that'll be on the for the 4400 guys, but we aren't going to tell you who it is yet. It'll be a kind of a little special treat for you. So thanks for tuning in all over the world and giving us some love. And it looked like that was from our YouTube channel.
Good shot right there, looking up the hill, that race line arch right there, leading you up really into the main campgrounds and everything. There's a nice big 70,000 square foot pool up there, water park. That's the spot to be right now. It's a nice warm day, sun's coming out. We got a few clouds in the sky for the most part. Nothing but blue skies up there. Sitting down here in the spectator area, enjoying all the company of all these great fans that are here. They're all excited to see this 4400s coming up.
I'm stoked. It looks like Brenda Terry's tuned in on our Facebook channel. Thank you for tuning in. This is going to be one heck of a show. We've been here at Visions all week long, but it is not over yet.
Yeah, we still got these 4400 guys going. We still got a concert tonight, a freestyle motocross show with Matt Byton and the squad. That's all going down later. Still a lot going on tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a big, big day. That's what, unfortunately, I'm not going to be here with you tomorrow, Miles, but you're going to have all the fun tomorrow with monster trucks. I mean, what else? You got the Barbie downhill Jeep race into that big slide into a
world record jump. And yeah, Rowdies, it looks like we should be kicking off any time. We're just double checking a few more things on course, water on the track just a little bit more. So I'm going to guess we're 5 to 10 minutes away from kicking off the 4400 Ultra 4 Unlimited class. We do have 12 cars heading out on the course. On the pole, we have Chip McLaughlin, Cade Rod, Tad Dowker, Zandy Willems, Justin Barth, John Mole, Jay Aiken, Kevin Taylor, James King, Tim Hooper, Dana Hale, and Bailey Cole starting from the back of the pack. And Bailey Cole is I think he's going to be one of the faster guys on course. So he's going to take a rear start. So he will have adjusted time on his side, except he'll have dust and lap traffic out of the gate. But I was having a fun chat with Jay Aiken just a little bit ago. He's like, dang, I got Bailey behind me. That's going to play into my game. Like, I don't want to know he's coming to get me.
Yeah, that's right. These drivers, we saw it in the first race, and the water trucks are out on the track right now laying down some water, but visibility was, a big factor in that race. So these guys are definitely wanting to get out in front and run away with it. It is going to be a start just like the last race we saw. So there's going to be an incremental, time between the two.
It'll be a 10-second increment start, and it will be on adjusted time. And Brandon H. tuned in. Those FPV drones are absolutely amazing. We saw him filming some specials for Dennis Anderson. He went underneath the monster truck as he was flying. So we'll have a lot of highlights we'll be posting on Mid-America Outdoors throughout the next few weeks. And go follow all these wonderful companies like, Mid-America Outdoors. We have Fuelworks. We have Evolution Power Sports, Gates, HMF, Oklahoma Ford Dealers, Raceline Wheels, Rugged Race Radios, Texas Motorworks, 360 Wraps, Moto Race Tire, Offroad Syndicate, Rigid, and Ultimax Belts. So please support who supports the sport. Looks like Freedom Caller giving the shout-out for Paul Wolf as he just unofficially won that $10,000 purse.
Man, Paul Wolf was on rails in that UTV endurance course. He set the fastest lap that we've seen on the day, all day right there. I think he ran a 4:45, which was just unbelievable time. The Miller brothers making short work. They're getting up there in the front too. They had a great race also, but this 4400 class, this is going to prove to be a good one right here. These are different machines right here. Like you said, the Swiss Army knife of off-road machines. We got one of our fans showing some support from Newark, Ohio. Stoked to see everybody from all over the place tuning in.
Yeah, that's Mrs. Melissa Pack on Facebook. So thank you, Melissa, for tuning in from Newark, Ohio. Where else is everybody else tuning in? Getting ready to kick off the 4400 Ultra 4 Racing main event here at Visions Week.
Yvonne is watching us too. Thanks, Yvonne. Tune in. Tell everybody else. Water trucks out there getting the track dialed and ready. These 4400s, they're going to churn up some dirt. These are some bigger machines right here, so they're going to get in all the prep work they can before we fire these 4400s off. Big shout out to all the track staff and everybody out here. They've been working their butts off. This has been 8 days of off-road racing, different types of stuff, concerts. I mean, everything you can think of. Mid-America Outdoors has it all. Jason Robinette had a vision, and, he made that vision happen. That's what we're all here for. I mean, we started this whole thing on the 17th on Saturday. We had a barbecue competition, a car show here in Jay, Oklahoma, right downtown in the town square. It was super awesome. At that evening, we had a stage in town, had Aces Wild Band, Swan Brothers, Diamond Rio, and we had that freestyle motocross show. That was awesome. That was the way we kicked it off. Then on the 18th, on Sunday, we had pit bike races, and that was really big too. The largest payout that I've ever seen in pit bike racing. That all went down. Caleb Carter winning that day. And then we had mega trucks, another motocross stunt show and shine, sound off, whip contest, all that going down. Western Justice throwing it down for us that night. Then on Monday, we had our youth short course races. We had our 170 racers, and that was awesome. The future of our sport right there. Those kids had a good time. That evening, I'm definitely probably going to say that this might have been my most fun night. We had a rodeo and bullfighting, and I'm telling you, some of these bullfighters, these guys got absolutely steamrolled by these bulls. So that was a great time that night. We had Johnny Dale Roberts and Trace Adkins. Trace Adkins was here that night. He actually did the national anthem to kick off the bullfighting and the bull riding that night, which was just one of the raddest things ever. Then on Tuesday, we had bouncer and UTV hill climbs, UTV games, and a bunch of drag racing that was going on up at the shop there. And then to cap off the night, man, we had Mini Kiss and the Shotgun Billies out on stage right there. Then Wednesday, we had the bouncers and the UTV hill climbs again. In the finals there, we had a motocross stunt show. We're having that motocross stunt show every day, so that's been going on consistently. Then that night, we had a rock night, and the rock night was super fun. Saving Abel, Puddle of Mud, and the highlight band of the night was Everclear. They put on a great show. Then Thursday, we had our pro UTV short course races. That was awesome. That afternoon, we had vets, expert, women, and amateurs. Another stunt show that evening. We had the Fin Addicts on the concession stage. And here we are in Friday, Ultra 4, UTV, and 4400 qualifying, glow stick run. And tonight, we're going to have live music from the Dead Metal Society and the Back in Black AC/DC tribute band. That's going to be a good night right there. I hear we're having an 80s theme party also up there, so make sure if you're here at Visions, you want to dress up in that best 80s outfit you got when you come out there. And then tomorrow, really going to be the highlight day, the finale day out here at Visions. You're going to have bouncer and UTV knockout races, some of that course you're seeing right now, watching during this endurance race. Then in the afternoon, we're going to have the Barbie Jeep downhill races. That's going to be one to watch. Down the hill, down a slip and slide, and into a pool. So lots of carnage going to go down there. And then the biggest thing that's going down, in my opinion, out here, we're going to have a monster and mega truck show. Dennis Anderson bringing out the squad. They're going to put it on live for us. And then we're going to have a concession stage band. We're going to have Aces Wild. There's also a freestyle motocross show. But the highlight of that night for me, and I'm so bummed that I'm not going to be here. So, Miles, I'm going to be literally tuned into this live feed watching on the way home. I hope you give me a shout-out, too, since I won't be here. But I hear that Dennis Anderson's son,
Weston Anderson, going for a world record jump. They're going to hit the middle of Thunder Alley at 85 to 90 mile an hour and try to jump more than 200 feet.
200 feet. I'm talking... I come from the motocross world, right? We jump dirt bikes a long ways. You'll see it in the freestyle show with Matt and those guys. They like getting upside down and getting crazy, but 200 feet. And he's doing it in, from what I understand, and I could be wrong, but is he doing this thing in King Sling?
King Sling, I believe, which is over 1,500 horsepower. It's going to be absolutely insane. Looks like Randall Holmes is tuned in. Thanks, buddy, for the love, and I'm enjoying it just as much as you are, so thank you for tuning in on the Facebook page, Randall.
We're glad you're watching it work right now,
with us for quite a while. And we are here. Visions is hosted at Mid-America Outdoors Park just outside of Jay in northeast Oklahoma. This park spans over 1,500 acres and is a premier riding and racing park that is extremely family-friendly. Amazing amenities including cabins, bathhouses, RV sites, dry camping, laundry room, power wash stations, open-air bars, game areas, pools, lazy river, live music, and much, much more. Again, a huge shout-out to Jason Robinette and his entire crew here at MAO. And there is a cool pool in Lazy River, but it is for MAO campers only. And we are just outside of Jay, Oklahoma, where the population is roughly 2,500 people. The elevation is 1,000 feet. Grand Lake is just down the road in the foothills of the Ozark Mountain Range and covers over 46,000 acres. I hear some 4,400 unlimited cars coming in. We have Matt Kent tuned in.
Yeah, we got everybody chiming in, letting us know they're watching. We even saw a second ago, we got some fans that are literally here at MAO up in their campers watching it all.
And there's my buddy Mike Seward tuned in, rooting on Team Jimmy's 4x4, and there's Don Cale Jr. What's up, buddy? Thanks for tuning in.
Trish, let's go Rufus Racing.
There's a lot of Rufus Racing here. So let me give us some shout out to our sponsors. We're about to kick this off. So thank you to Dennis Anderson Extreme Monster Truck Experience, Hammer King Productions, Ultra 4 Racing, National Rock Racing Association, Pro Rock Racing, and last but not least, Mid-America Outdoor Racing. And some of our amazing partners up in Vendor Village are Fuel Works, Maxxis Tires, Evolution Power Sports, Gates, HMF, Oklahoma Ford Dealers, Raceline Wheels, Rugged Radios, Texas Motorworks, 360 Wraps, Moto Race Tire, Offroad Syndicate, Rigid, and Ultimax Bell. So please support who supports the sport. We are about to get this party started.
4400s lining up and getting ready. We're going to have McLaughlin, Rod, Dowker, Willems, Barth, Moole, Aiken, Taylor, King, Hooper, Dale, and Cole. Hale and Cole all coming up right now. They're getting lined up down here. There is going to be, 10 seconds between them when they start this, right?
Yeah,
14 laps,
This
right?
is going to be a 14 laps, so roughly 42 miles. They'll take off in 10-second increments. This race is on adjusted time, and starting on the pole is Mr. Chip Happens himself, Chip McLaughlin out of Corinth, Texas, part of Rufus Racing. He's in a Tribe 16 two-seat IFS chassis, LS horsepower, Turbo 400, Atlas transfer case, Spider Tracks axles, Vision wheels, Maxxis tires, Fox, Corbo, and they're sponsored by EcoWorks and Maxxis Tires.
You know what, Miles? It's been awfully loud down here with us trying to communicate, but I have a strong feeling that we're not going to be able to hear each other very well through this. So if you're at home tuning in, bear with us. These 4400s are loud machines, and we're going to do the best we can. But right now, 4400s lined up, getting ready to go. And I'm excited to see this one. This is my first 4400 endurance race to call, so checking something off the bucket list right now, and excited to get to call this race with you, Miles, and look forward to this.
This is going to be a lot of fun, and you can see the same scoring I have right in front of me. Go to escoremx.com, click on the Visions link. It won't start working until they finish their first lap, so be patient with that. But then we'll get our lap times, and are they going to be able to beat those UTVs? I'm not sure. I don't know if they're going to be able to. This track is super tight and nimble.
Yeah, I asked that question a minute ago because this is my first time. I was kind of curious. What are we looking at right here as far as times compared to UTVs? And it was interesting to hear your take on how this course compares to the other courses that you guys do. So we'll see what they can do out here. I'm excited to see it. No doubt these cars are making way more power than the UTVs, so the course definitely playing a part in that.
So Chip McLaughlin up front, getting ready to take off. Got a few more things to get going. Hey, Mr. Stan Haynes, how you doing, buddy?
I am awesome. I'm here.
You made it. So Chip McLaughlin was on the pole. He's going to be taking off front. This is one heck of a race, isn't it?
I'm so happy for Chip Happens that I could just shout for him. I am. I'm going Chip.
And another friendly face, we got Jody Ford in the house. Why aren't you out there racing with us, buddy?
I got 3 race cars sitting at home all tore apart. I wish I could have brought them here, but we're getting them ready for Crandon, hopefully. So.
I can't wait to see you there. So this party's getting ready to get started. Jody Ford, Brannick, Stan the Man Haynes, thanks for the chat. But Chip McLaughlin out of Corinth, Texas, part of Rufus Racing in that Tribe 16 machine, patiently awaiting. They'll be taking off in 10-second increments. 42 miles of racing, 14 laps. This is a 3-mile lap, and they'll be doing 14 of them. That's going to be a lot of fun.
You were talking about that Tribe Racing team there with that Rufus Racing group, or they're together, right?
Yeah, that's part of Brannick Motorsports over there. But earlier today we had Adam Shearer, who is Mr. Tribe 16. He's got a lot of cars out on course.
Well, you know what's super cool that I just realized? One of my best friends, Neil Reimer, works for those guys.
He sure does. He's out of Texas.
That's
and
right.
Me and Neil running the mini truck stuff.
Yep, we grew up in the truck scene. Neil working for Tribe. I see him all the time on social media posting all of his cool stuff for the Ultra 4, 4400 stuff. So shout out to Neil with that tribe group.
Isn't that cool? It's a small world once you really get down to it.
I would probably guess that if Neil's watching this, he's probably sitting there going, how did Matt end up there doing 4400 stuff?
I'm sure he's tuned in because his boss is here. I'm sure it's all over the shop. What is it? It's Friday at 4 o'clock. They're still working, so I'm sure it's all over the shop.
Oh, I guarantee you they're zoned in on this stuff. The racing's a big part of what he does, and I'm sure if he's working for that company and they're racing, he's got to be a part of it somewhere.
So on the pole is Chip McLaughlin, second, taking off the line. 10 seconds behind him will be Cade Rod, then Tad Dowker, Zandy Willems, Justin Barr, John Moll, Jay Aiken, Kevin Taylor, James King, Tim Hooper, Dana Hale, and last but not least, Bailey Cole. And I am going to tell you, Bailey Cole is going to be the one to watch because adjusted time is going to be on his side, starting from the rear of the pack. It looks like he did take a pretty good tumble during qualifying, but it's back together and running, and Chip McLaughlin is out on course. So behind him will be 4807 Cade Rod of Cortez, Colorado, part of Jimmy's 4x4. Looking those Nitto tires eat as he's chasing down Chip McLaughlin. So Max's tires out front, Nitto tires behind him. Up next is to be Tad Dowker out of Quantin, Michigan, running his Trent Fab 2-seat solid axle machine. Behind him will be Zandy Willems, Mr. Rufus Racing himself, number 24 out of Allen, Texas, Zandy Willems. Up next will be the 417 Justin Barth out of Springfield, Missouri, and a Jimmy's 4x4 straight axle machine. Right behind him will be John Moll, number 14 out of New Brunsfield, Texas, running a Jimmy's 4x4 single-seat IFS machine. Big horsepower for John Moll. Behind John, it's going to be Jay Aiken, number 48 out of Bixby, Oklahoma, with another Jimmy's 4x4 chasing. Up next will be the 911 of Kevin Taylor. He's got Heath Day riding shotgun with him out of Texarkana, Texas, and that Porsche-themed Ultra 4 rock bouncer machine. They run .1 off-road. Up next will be James King at number 479, driving for Quentin Hilburn. He's got Heath Taylor riding shotgun with him out of Wentzville, Missouri. Up next will be Tim Hooper, Mr. Fuelworks himself, number 1505, with that Trent Fab car out of Bentonville, Arkansas. He's a main sponsor of this park, so a huge shout out to Tim Hooper. Up next will be Dana Hale, number 4844, with Peanut Running Shotgun out of Weatherford, Texas, part of Rufus Racing and another Tribe 16 machine. And last but not least, off the line, Bailey Cole, number 13 with Rock Royalty Racing out of Prescott, Arizona, and a 2-seat IFS Trent Fab machine. So all 12 cars are out on course. Matt, what are you thinking so far?
I'm thinking it's loud. These cars make a lot of power, and they're out there churning up some dirt right now. This 4400 series is going to be a highlight for me to watch.
So on screen is James King. Now it's Dana Hale. Both Tribe 16 machines. There's Bailey Cole, number 13 with Rock Royalty Racing, already catching Dana Hale. So Bailey Cole is going to be on a mission. He took that tumble in qualifying, and he's got a point to prove.
Well, you told me, starting at the back of the pack, this was going to be the one to watch, and we already see Dana making some moves right there. Or Bailey, I'm sorry, making some
Bailey
moves.
getting around Dana on the outside as they head up and around the rock bouncer section, and then he's going to come down that same little V-notch where he took a tumble, so hopefully he can keep her under control. But we are on screen with Chip McLaughlin.
You know, Miles, I got to ask you, too, these trucks make a lot more power, and as you see them going through this short course section of the track, I'm assuming they're having to dial it back a little bit on some of these jumps to not, fully send this thing.
They're going to give it their all, but back on board with Chip McLaughlin. Yeah, some of these guys are running 600 to 700 horsepower, and we're on board with Chip McLaughlin, our race leader with the clean air, heading through that really tight and technical wood section. It's really cool to see because we don't have a camera back there, so we got Chip with that onboard camera. Super, super cool.
You know what? I think it'll be a really exciting spot to be, standing up there next to the drag races through that field. See what kind of speeds these guys were clocking as they race through that
right
big
here.
open field at the top.
This is Chip's wife. You're watching him on board. How cool is that, Edie?
It's awesome. I'm just beside myself. He's worked really hard for this.
He puts his heart and soul into it, and he's been around the Ultra 4 world for a very long time. I had a chat with him. He was so stoked to get on. This is his first time being on the pole. You got to be stoked for him.
we are so ready. Like, he's just been like, he's so confident in himself that, you know, he just needs to get out of his head sometimes and just go.
And that's what he is doing. There's a split line as Bailey Cole's getting around Tim Hooper. Look at that. Bailey Cole's making moves. And he's only about 2 miles into this short course on the first lap of 14. They were doing 14 laps, 42 miles.
You know, Bailey Cole going to get to the top of that hill right there and pin it and try to get around that driver in front, make some more moves. I mean, like you said, absolutely charging to the front of the pack from the back right now.
And remember, adjusted time is on his side, so if he can catch everybody in the field, it's 10-second increments. That's 2 minutes.
Yeah, right now, looking nice and smooth out there. Look at that onboard cam, the car coming through that corner, setting it up nice, spinning it right around.
There's our race leader, Chip McLaughlin, number 4, with Rufus Racing coming through as he launches the G-Force hill around the Jumbotron. Chip McLaughlin will get a lap time for him, but he is on a mission. We're back on board with Chip. And a race, 4:58 time for Chip McLaughlin. Not too far off the UTVs. There's Tad Dowker on screen in Bambia. That's Dave Cole's old car. Still running strong. There's Zandy Willems, I believe. No, sorry, that was our race leader, Chip McLaughlin, as he's heading around. So Cade Rod threw down a time of 5 minutes, 10 seconds. So Chip McLaughlin's 12 seconds faster. Tad Dowker a 5:18. So Chip McLaughlin already pulling a 20-second lead on his first lap of 14. Matt, this is wild.
Yeah, this is something to watch right here. I'm super interested. I can't wait to see what Bailey Cole's lap time is going to be when Bailey comes around.
Back on board with Chip McLaughlin as he heads up and around the Bouncer Hill. I would love to come down the V-notch. So apparently the gap on scoring does not count for adjusted time, so I may have been wrong calling the UTV course, so I apologize about that.
We may get some different official results up there, right? So
it's going to be, like I said, everything we do say is unofficial.
So there's that onboard cam going down that hill. That's just amazing. That terrain is something else right there.
So it was great to see coming down that V-notch with Chip McLaughlin as he splashes through the little creek section. And that is loud at where we are sitting, so I do apologize. I'm missing a few things, but it's hard to hear with all this horsepower.
It is loud down here. These guys are screaming, and we're doing the best we can. We're screaming, too.
And look at that. Bailey Cole trying to get around. I believe that's Jay Aiken.
Coming around right here.
Yes, it is.
By the finish line.
And I was talking to Jay earlier. He was nervous having Bailey Cole behind him. Bailey Cole slides a little wide, gets in the loose stuff, but he will get around Jay here momentarily. Jay kind of checks up a bit. Bailey on the inside and makes the move. I believe that's Dana Hale just going out of screen. So out on their second lap, we have Chip McLaughlin out front, then Cade Rod, Tad Dowker, Zandy Willems, Justin Barth, John Mole, Kevin Taylor, Jay Aiken, Bailey Cole, James King, Tim Hooper. Have not seen Dana Hale quite yet.
You know, looking at these times, Bailey Cole turning a 5:23, and you still got Chip McLaughlin up front with a 4:58.
But remember, Bailey's having to deal with dust, deal with lap traffic, so it's going to be interesting, but Chip McLaughlin really running a great race.
Exactly. And there's still a ton of race to go. These drivers just starting their second lap. So, you know, we raced all the way to the finish here, like you say, Miles.
Here comes Dana Hale, but on screen is Tad Dowker. Bailey Cole makes another move up top, it looks like. He is on a mission.
Bailey about to just launch down the hill. See the camera change there, back up to what looks like
that's our race leader, I believe. Chip McLaughlin heading on up the knockout section that will be racing tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
You hear Chip just put that pedal to the metal when he hits that top section there, running through that field, back into the woods right
And I was wrong. That was Zandy Willems. This is Chip McLaughlin. Zandy and Chip look very similar from a distance.
There you go. You're seeing Drivers come around right there. I believe that's the back section of the short course track as we see them making their way back in. Camera going back into the woods
I
there.
believe that's our race leader, Chip McLaughlin, getting ready to finish his second lap.
Give it up for these drone operators that are bringing us these angles in the middle of nowhere. Look at them flying right through those trees.
Thank you, each and every single person, for tuning in. Ultra4Racing.com/live. This is Visions at Mid-America Outdoor Park. Go to the King of the Hammers Facebook page. Hit a share button. Go to the Mid-America Facebook page. Start a watch party. Blow this thing up. We are live racing here at Visions during the 4400 main event for Ultra 4 Racing.
Yeah, and if you're just tuning in, my name is Matt Edmondson. I'm here with Miles, the voice of Ultra 4. And this is super fun right now. The 4400s on course. Tearing it up right now, you see.
And I believe this is Zandy Williams. No, that is Chip McLaughlin coming around.
Chip laying down some lap times. I feel like we just saw Chip come by.
So last lap around was a 4:58. What's this one going to be? A 5:02. So still pretty fast.
Still being very consistent with his times there. Best time on the track so far, that 4:58, I apologize, for Chip.
Remember, you can go to escoremx.com and get the same live timing we have. It is not on adjusted time, even though this race is, so we'll have to do a little math after the race to see how it all shakes out.
Just saw Cade Rod out of Cortez, Colorado come around in the second spot, 48:07 with a 5:11 lap time.
And there is our race leader, number 4, Chip McLaughlin out of Corinth, Texas, in that Tribe 16 IFS 2-seat machine with Brad Christian riding shotgun. The Rufus Racing team is here in full force, and they're going to have fun. And just think of this, they'll be racing in Sturgis just in 2 more weeks.
Yeah, you were telling me that. This race here at Visions kind of giving them a short schedule to get ready for the upcoming points race with you guys.
High and wide from our drone. There's a good shot of Justin Barth, I believe. And we're back on camera with our race leader, Chip McLaughlin.
Just got a message from my buddy at Tribe, Neil Reimer. Thanks for the love, homie. Of course, man. I'm stoked to be out here, man, getting to enjoy a little piece of your world, Neil. We're the Tribe guys are out here killing it, and right now everybody in this 4400 class is showing us what it's all about out here at Mid-America Outdoors.
There's back on screen with Bailey Cole trying to get around Kevin Taylor, trying to get around on the outside. Bailey Cole's having to fight this lap traffic, but he is putting in some work, and I have no doubt he has the ability to do it.
And I tell you right now, Bailey is thinking in his head, I don't want to eat any more of this dust. I got to make this move as fast as I can.
So here comes the turn right here. He's going to go inside, I assume. No, he is blocked on the inside. Goes outside.
Going to try to power through the outside up the hill. Let's see if he can make it happen. Looks like he does.
Horsepower hill. He'll have him on the inside. Bailey Cole gets around Kevin Taylor and Heath Day.
You know, and these hills here at the beginning, we talked about this with short course. We call this the roller coaster hill section. These guys are flying down these hills, G'ing out at the bottom, and I have to imagine these 4400 cars have such a bigger suspension setup on them, they're probably not going to bottom out like we saw in the short course cars.
Yeah, it's unlimited suspension, unlimited horsepower. I mean, the tires are running 40-inch tires. There's a great shot of the IFS, how it leans there. It can really soak up this short course action.
You hear those sirens going as someone is trying to make a pass right there.
As Bailey Cole horsepowers up that really tight hairpin. So let's give you a quick rundown of our leaders. We have Chip McLaughlin still out front, then Cade Rod, Tad Dowker, Zandy Willems, Justin Barth, Kevin Taylor, and Bailey Cole just got around Kevin Taylor. Then it's James King, Jay Aiken, and Tim Hooper still running on the lead lap. We have John Moll and Dana Hale a lap down, but they're out on their third lap out of 14. What a race we've got, Matt.
Bailey Cole out of Prescott, Arizona, started back of the pack, already moved up to that 7th spot right now. Still a lot of racing left. 14 laps going down out here on the track. That's a lot of time. It's hot, it's dusty, but they're flying right now.
So it looks
on
like
top of the hill there, getting on the bicycle.
that's Tim Hooper trying to get around James King, driving Quentin Hilburn's car. Tim Hooper is Mr. Fuelworks himself, one of our great sponsors here at Mid-America Outdoor. So Tim Hooper's going to have to follow him up. This is a single track heading up right as we speak. And we go back to the high and wide of the drag race into the woods.
While we're watching this, too, I want to give a special shout-out to the water crew. One thing that I'm noticing is way better during this 4400s is way less dust on the track.
There's less cars as well, but it's going to get worse.
I believe that. Just like everything out here, this track can hold so much water, and it just soaks in so fast. But these guys are only on the beginning of their lap 3, 14 laps to go on this.
And here comes Dana Hale into screen. He's running a 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends car, running with the Unlimited cars today. Part of Rufus Racing. Eco Staff Works. And here comes our race leader, Chip McLaughlin, as he hits the G-Force launch around the Jumbotron, and he is on fire. And the crowd goes wild as he heads out for another lap. What's his lap time going to be? 5:04. So another consistent lap for Chip happens. Mr. Chip McLaughlin.
Chip came around right there and hit that corner, and man's go crazy when he made that motor just absolutely scream. He's leading the charge. Got about a 30-second gap. This is on adjusted time, but 30-second gap between him and Cade Rod.
Speaking about second position, here comes Mr. Cade Rod.
We'll see what Cade Rod's lap time is now that he's gone through that MRT finish line. 5:06, so bringing it down just a little bit, starting on lap 4.
The FPV drones chasing down Justin Barth as we speak, and Cade Rod is in a 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends car as well. They have 37-inch tires, but he did put 40-inch tires for this race. That was a Rufus car just for a second, and that goes back to Justin Barth, I believe. But Chip McLaughlin and Cade Rod out front running one heck of a race. Is Cade Rod going to be able to chase down Chip? Time will tell. There is a hot pit towards the end of your first lap, or at the end of every lap that you have the option to take. There's a great picture-in-picture. Bottom right is the G-Force.
Look at that
launch.
downhill section right there, Miles. That's intense, you know. Coming from a dirt bike world to see these guys running, you know, terrain like this on 4 wheels, it's super impressive that they can run these speeds in these conditions of the track.
Yeah, these guys and gals are absolutely amazing this whole entire week. They've been driving great. So in third place is Tad Dowker, then fourth place is Zandy Willems. So Rufus Racing first and fourth for now.
Gotta love these aerial views that our production team is providing with those drones. I mean, that's impressive shots right there. You're getting the best views at home right now. We even got people here in the park tuned in watching this.
Absolutely. On screen is Mr. Bailey Cole, number 13 with Rock Royalty Racing as he launches up and over the G-Force launch. So he's really starting to reel him in. Back on screen is our race leader. No, that is Zandy Willems, physically sitting in fourth position. Bailey Cole has moved all the way from 12th to 6th place.
And let me tell you something else. Bailey Cole, the first driver in the field to go sub 5-minute lap.
Well, Chip McLaughlin had a 4:58.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
But now he's settled down, but Bailey Cole's starting to pick through the crowd and has a 4:59, so Bailey Cole's on a mission.
Yeah, you said
Ken
it yourself.
Hooper on screen.
You said it yourself. Bailey Cole is going to be the one to start in the pack and charge to the front, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now, Miles.
Dana Hale and Peanut on screen, part of Rufus Racing and that brand new Tribe 16 built machine. They debuted that car in Tennessee. Back to Bailey Cole's that super steep 180. They go up and then come right back down. Video does not do justice how much elevation changes here at Mid-America Outdoors for Visions Week.
And don't forget, we'll be doing awards after all this up in Vendor Village. So if you want to come up and shake hands with these drivers, watch them win some money, take home some hardware, Vendor Village at the top of the hill. You can also go to Vendor Village, walk through, visit with any of these amazing sponsors that help Visions Week and Mid-America Outdoors always run at the highest level. And you got that full list. There's a lot of them. You want to tell us who those sponsors are?
And speaking of, that was Tad. Sorry, it was loud. That was Tim Hooper, Mr. Fuel Works, coming through. Maxxis Tires, Evolution Power Sports, Gates, HMF, Oklahoma Ford Dealers, Raceline Wheels, Rugged Radios, Texas Motor Works, 360 Wraps, Moto Race Tire, Offroad Syndicate, Rigid, and Ultimax Belts. So please support who supports the sport. What a wonderful week it's been for Visions. Without all these amazing partners, it would not be possible.
Check out that view right there, Miles. They are
James
drag
King
racing.
heading up through the drag race section on top of the hill. And we go back to, I believe, our race leader, Chip McLaughlin.
That drone going high up over those trees right there, back to the infield section of the track right there.
Now, I think I heard you say it just now, but yeah, the Ford Winter Circle in Vendor Village will try to do the awards for UTV and the 4400 Limited Class directly after this race. We'll get the official, because again, everything we do say is unofficial until we dot the I's, cross the T's, but this has been one heck of a race thus far. We're 4 laps into this 14-lap race. That is Jay Aiken heading out for another lap. And Chip McLaughlin is on a mission, getting ready to start lapping some. He's already lapped John Mull, Dana Hale, Kevin Taylor, and getting ready to lap Jay Aiken. So Chip McLaughlin just threw it down another 5:05, so pretty consistent.
Yeah, Chip just out there flowing right now. He's definitely got that consistency on his side. Way out in front. Right now, we know there's adjustments, but about a 31-second gap between Chip and Cade Rod.
And speaking about Cade Rod, there he comes into screen. Our physical second-place position, Cade Rod with Team Jimmy's 4x4 out of Cortez, Colorado.
Cade Rod, 4:58 right there. Yeah, Cade Rod's on a mission.
So just tied the fastest lap of the day. There's Zandy Willems coming into screen.
Miles, we got a lot of action still going on today. After this 4400, we do the awards for this UTV Endurance and 4400s. Man, don't forget, I can officially say that we are going to have a freestyle motocross show tonight, another concert, and a lot of fun tonight. So, we're not taking off after this is done. We're just moving to the next party.
This has been one heck of a day, but right now it's all about Ultra 4 racing with the 4400 Unlimited classes out on course. And they are really, really moving as we're chasing down Chip McLaughlin, our physical race leader. And now we bounce back to Tim Hooper, I believe. No, that is Bailey Cole.
You know, I'm going to say, I'm super impressed with how you can just look at these cars and know who's who.
I've been doing it a while. I'm a huge fan of the sport, and I just absolutely love every single minute of it. As we see, that is Zandy Willems, Mr. Rufus Racing himself, heading through. And yeah, the iPad I have right in front of me, it's a little lower quality, so I'm missing a couple of the calls. I do apologize.
Well, at least I can hope that if I get to come do some more of these, eventually I'll be able to spot them like you do, Miles.
Absolutely. That was Bailey Cole. Now this is Justin Barth. The action is thick out here on course. For Visions Week out here, right here at Mid-America Outdoors, as we got a quick glimpse of Bailey Cole. Now we bounce back to Kevin Taylor and Heath Day. There's Zandy Willems. That is a 2-seat solid axle machine.
.4400 action right now going down on the track. What a pleasure to be able to call this race. I'm having an absolute blast right now, hanging out with my buddy Miles right there. We're stoked to have everybody at home tuned in watching this amazing coverage from Visions Week right here in Jay, Oklahoma at Mid-America Outdoors.
One heck of a week it's been, and it is not over yet. There's Jay Aiken, I believe, on screen.
Miles, it looks like we got a driver down over here. We got a car, everybody running down to try to make sure everybody is okay.
So it sounds like we do have a car upside down. We're sending the Mid-America Off-Road safety crew out to check on them. Hopefully everything's okay.
Got to give it up for all of our medical crew and safety crew out there on the track, flaggers helping to keep all these drivers safe and make sure that they're okay when they are involved in an accident like this.
And on screen, I believe that's James King driving for Quentin Hilburn, the number 479.
Uh-oh. And there we see in camera right there a shot of the car.
That is Kevin Taylor. It looks like the whole rear end is ripped out of his car, so tough break for Kevin Taylor. But there comes the screen is Tim Hooper, Mr. Fuel Works himself. Tim Hooper running a 537. And there's a Rufus car drag racing on out. There is James King coming into screen. On screen now is Mr. Tim Hooper. Back to Tad Dowker with North Shore Raceworks. Back on screen now is Bailey Cole, and this is the high-speed section. He's slowed down and pulling over. What is going on with Bailey Cole?
Looks like Bailey Cole having some sort of a mechanical problem at the top of the hill. Definitely not what we thought we would see happen to Bailey Cole. Hard charging from the back of the pack.
That's a heartbreaker. I hope he can get it back going. Not sure what's going on with him, but I hear horsepower, and here comes Chip McLaughlin. So Chip's heading out for his 6th lap of 14 with a 5:13. Well, Edie, Chip's doing good, didn't he?
He's doing amazing.
Sorry for bugging you. I'm just giving you a little hard time, but he is doing a great job. There's Tad Dowker on screen. But yeah, Chip's started on the pole and has kept the fresh air in front of him this entire race. Actually, not completely. He's had some lap traffic.
Yeah, these leaders are starting to come around now and catch some of these lappers, so they're going to get some of that dust, some of that dirty air they haven't had to see yet. These guys are on, our leaders starting on lap 6, so just under halfway through this race right now.
And Cade Rod just threw down a 5-minute flat lap, so he's not too far off at Chip McLaughlin's pace. So we'll see. I can see both of them physically here on course, so it's going to be interesting. Sounds like Bailey Cole may have lost a front drive shaft, so that's a tough break for Bailey Cole and the entire Rock-Rollity Racing team. They took a pretty good little tumble during qualifying, got the car back together. They've worked on that thing a lot the last few weeks. He blew a motor just a few weeks ago in Tennessee. They got it all put back together and just having some bad luck. But, hey, that's racing.
You know, I've seen a lot of these 4400 teams in the pits as we've been riding around, and they work pretty much nonstop on these cars to make sure that they're dialed and ready. You know, and we were talking earlier, we got a lot of these guys out here right now that will be going straight to the next race in Sturgis, so not giving them a lot of time to come out here, race today, get the car ready for the next points race, right?
Absolutely. That's only 2 weeks away, so they're going to be home for about a week. There's Zandy Willems, Mr. Rufus Racing himself. His wife Angie's here, rooting him along, hoping everything's going great. And Zandy Willems physically sitting in that 4th position as he just threw down a 5:26 lap. Tad Dowker with a 5:10 lap. So Bailey Cole was pushing so hard for such a long time. That is an absolute heartbreaker.
Coming down the hill, you see right there is going to be the downhill Barbie Jeep right next to it, but right now.
And that's Zandy Willems we're following from the high and wide drone. And then the FPV Believe Cam picks him up. And you can see in the bottom of your screen, that is Bailey Cole still not moving. So tough break for Bailey Cole.
Yeah, unfortunate for Bailey. Bailey was charging, turning in some great lap times, really fighting to the front for some really bad conditions with dust and drivers in front. But
I told you he was the one to watch, and he was until he wasn't. But that's just part of racing. He'll get back to Sturgis and push hard once again. He's fresh off a win of the Montana Big Sky 200 just about a month ago.
Still out in front, our top 5, Chip McLaughlin, Cade Rod, Tad Dowker, Zandy Willems, and Justin Barth. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right now on the track in your 4400 Ultra 4 endurance race.
On screen, I believe, is Tim Hooper. Mr. Fuelworks himself, one of a great sponsor at Mid-America Outdoor and all of Visions Week. If you go to their amazing general store, they've got a really cool display of that. They've got a gas can upside down just flowing water. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
Yeah, I have seen that. Actually, I saw that earlier in the week. They posted it on social media. I had to come in there and check it out. The pro shop here at MAL, unreal. If you come out here to do anything and you have something that breaks, 9 times out of 10, they got it up there.
They got everything from camping supplies to race suits, seats, great food, a coffee shop. I mean, they've got it all here at Mid-America Outdoor.
Miles, do they know you yet on a first-name basis at the coffee shop?
I haven't been there too many times, but I know you were there this morning.
I do.
Babysit your voice a little bit.
The ladies up in the coffee shop here at Mid-America are amazing. They got me going this morning. They made me a special drink. They call it the Cure.
Little hot tea and some honey?
Yeah, and they got me back down here. I had to take a little bit of time off, but stoked to be here for the 4400.
And hitting the G-Force launch is Mr. Tim Hooper.
You see that Fuelworks truck headed up the hill to the MRT finish line. Now back in the woods. That drone.
That is Mr. Tad Dowker with North Shore Raceworks.
Tad Dowker is going to go back and watch this and be like, I can't believe that drone didn't crash.
Yeah, I mean, flying through this wood section is absolutely amazing. There's Cade Rod on screen, I believe. Part of Team Jimmy's 4x4. I know Mike's tuned in, rooting on his buddies. There is James King and Cade Rod right behind him. Back to Tad Dowker. So Cade Rod got around Chip McLaughlin. Where is Chip?
I just noticed that.
So Cade Rod, our new physical leader on this race.
Cade Rod turning a 5:03 lap time right there.
This will be a 14-lap race. They did start in 10-second increments, so we'll race over 42 miles today for the main event. And a drag race between Cade Rod and James King.
And Miles, it looks like Tad Dowker has now moved into second also, so hopefully Chip McLaughlin not having any issues out there on the track. We haven't seen him come by yet. Was leading the charge.
What a tough break. He got the pole this morning, and he was so excited. He's been running so strong lately, really starting to come into his own. So where is Chip? But, hey, that just happened to Bailey as well. So that's just part of racing. When you're pushing these cars that hard for this long, anything can happen. Okay, here comes Chip McLaughlin. So he did drop back a little bit, but he's still moving. Not sure what happened to him. I'll see if I can find somebody here with Rufus that knows what happened.
Yeah, definitely had an issue. Chip right there coming through with a 6:22 lap time.
So you know what? I bet you he pulled into the hot pits.
True. We keep forgetting about those hot pits. You do have the option of a hot pit at the end of every lap. I'm believing that Chip had to have pulled in based on that. So Miles getting a report for us.
So I didn't get any information yet, but I'll keep trying. But on screen is physical third position now, Chip McLaughlin. But my best guess is he went into the pits. So it sounds like Chip McLaughlin did pull in the hot pits. He had some brake issues. He had some brake issues in Kentucky as well, so they're fighting through it. But they did a quick look, send him back out, so hopefully Chip can still run strong.
We just saw Zandy Williams come across through the finish line. Up on top of the hill, coming back down right now.
So on screen is Jay Aiken, I believe.
All right, your lead drivers on their 7th lap, halfway through this 14-lap race going on right now in this 4400 Ultra 4 race.
So Jay Aiken, and on screen now is 417, Justin Barth out of Springfield, Missouri. And now we're chasing, I believe, Chip McLaughlin up. 14 laps today. They're halfway through the race. They're on lap 7 out of 14. So our top 5 goes Cade Rod, Tad Dowker, Chip McLaughlin, Zandy Williams, and then Justin Barth hanging in there. So a great run by all of these top drivers.
Yeah, we're looking at the top two right now. Cade Rod and Tad Dowker both turning in 5:03 lap times right there on that last time around. So very close racing as far as times right there are concerned, physical times around the track.
What an amazing job everybody's been doing. So thank you again to Jason Robinette and the entire Mid-America Outdoors Off-Road Park crew for doing a great job. Mr. JT Taylor's been the race director this entire week.
Yeah,
and
those
done
guys.
A great job keeping everything flowing.
JT's the man. JT has made it happen up here. We're stoked to have everybody here working. I've seen Jason running around here. He's got that beautiful blue new Ford with that 360 wraps Mid-America Outdoors wrap on it. And I'm pretty sure that every time I've seen him for the past 7 days, his smile is so big. He's having such a good time. He's so happy that his vision is now reality.
And it's so great to see what he's done for our sport and giving back to the community. On screen right there is Zandy Willems. But yeah, back to Jason. He's doing a great job all week long. I believe that's Tim Hooper coming into screen. Yes, it is, as he smokes the G-Force launch, and right behind him is Cade Rod. So Cade Rod, our new race leader, out for his 8th lap out of 14, just threw down a 4:57. Cade Rod starting to get into his groove.
He's feeling it now. He's feeling it. But hey, you know what? Real quick, I want to go back. We talk about Jason Robinette. We talk about all the staff. I want to give a big shout out to Mrs. Robinette, Jason's wife. She is so amazing. She's helped me through this weekend to maintain my voice. So big shout out to her also. The Robinette family, just 1 in a million for sure.
I've been working a little bit with his son Cody off and on all week. He's been helping a lot with the audio and stuff. So the entire family puts in it all in. So Tad Dowker physically in 2nd position out of Michigan with North Shore Raceworks.
We got some tight racing right there coming down the hill. They're about to be duking it out. See
so
who's get around.
That is Cade Rod trying to get around Tim Hooper. Cade Rod is in the physical lead. Tim Hooper's a lap down, but Cade is all over his heels as they head up and around the bouncer section.
And that single track going up that hill, not really anywhere to get around. So if you're the guy in the back, you're probably getting beat up with some rocks right now coming off that car right in front of you.
And they'll follow up and along and then drop back in. There's a Rufus car. So that must be Zandy Willems on screen. And looking at the tracker, it looks like Chip McLaughlin just finished his lap, so he'll head out for lap 8. Just threw down a 5-10 minute lap. Having some brake issues, but still running strong.
Cade Rod and Tad Dowker still up front. Cade with a 4:57. Tad with a 4:58. So super close racing. But like you said a minute ago, Cade Rod finding the flow right now. He's got that car working perfectly exactly how he wants it to be. And the man to beat right now on the track.
So on screen there is James King with Heath Taylor riding shotgun. They just raced the UTV class, switched driver's seats, switched cars, and back out on course. So a huge shout out to James King and Heath Taylor.
So they jumped out there and did 28 laps.
That's a lot of racing. On screen right there is Zandy Williams, Mr. Rufus Racing, on those brand new Maxxis tires. They have been racing with us for quite a while, and they just landed the Maxxis sponsorship, and they are super stoked to be Maxxis athletes.
Yeah, Maxxis a great sponsor out here at the park. My man, Super Dave, up there, and he's been running the show all weekend. He's a great guy, and we're glad to have Maxxis out here supporting these drivers, providing such a great product out here for them.
That is Zandy Willems back on screen. And now we go back to, is that Jay Aiken? I believe.
What a view watching these cars come straight at you through the woods right there. Hats off to these drone pilots providing all the great views for you guys at home that are tuned in right now, watching all the Ultra 4 4400 endurance race right here at Visions Week. Mid-America Outdoors, Jay, Oklahoma is the place to be. We've been here all week, and there's still a lot more action to go. But right now, spending my afternoon right here with my buddy Miles, calling all this 4400 action. You know, the only other place I might want to be is up there in that pool, but I feel like that's coming here real soon.
We'll do that later on this evening, but right now it is Ultra 4 racing at its finest. The 4400 Unlimited class out on course. We're picture in picture. That is James King, I believe. Oh, we flip back to Justin Barth. That is Cade Rod. Cade Rod and Justin Barth both have Jimmy's car. They're both red, very similar, but Cade Rod does not have a spare, so that's how I can tell them apart.
Oh, the little tricks I'm learning here. So you're spotting things like spare tires, things they don't have. As we keep doing this, you know, hopefully I'm going to pick up on that, but man, you got an eye for this, man. I definitely am enjoying sitting here calling this action.
Matt, I've had a great time working with you off and on all week, and this has been an amazing week here at Visions at Mid-America Outdoor Off-Road Park. They're starting to spread out just a little bit as we're watching Cade Rod, and we'll be following him across the MRT start-finish line. And here he comes. So a picture-in-picture camera and drone on Mr. Cade Rod, our race leader, heading out for lap number 9. Just threw down a lap of a 4:59. So consistency once again to our leaders.
We're going to see what Tad Dowker has here just shortly as he comes through. He was a 4:58.
So there's Tim Hooper and Benjamin Moore on screen, Mr. Fuelworks himself. That is James King and Heath Taylor driving for Quentin Hilburn in another Tribe 16 car. Back to our race leader, Cade Rod, hitting the G-Force launch as we speak. And that is a super steep finger.
Yeah, crazy big elevation hills out here. We got the roller coaster section of the course there at the beginning. You see these guys going through some of that elevation in the trees there coming down. Just lots of ups and downs, big hills, lots of elevation changes here in Oklahoma at Mid-America Outdoors. Makes for a great track layout.
It is absolutely amazing. I love how JT Taylor added that mile in the back. The short course is cool, but it's really awesome to see the added terrain out here.
Yeah, absolutely. JT is a legend. He knows exactly what to do to bring everyone the best show possible and to build the best race course possible out there. And right now we're seeing Cade Rod absolutely just demolish this track and take charge.
But encore right there was James King. Now we go back to one of the Rufus cars. So that must be Zandy Willems on screen. What a great day of racing. What a great week of racing. There's been action nonstop every single day. If you're bored, you're in the wrong place.
You totally are. And don't forget, you know, I keep plugging this because me and you are on the mic together here. Here in just a little bit, it'll be me and my buddy Denny Stevenson up on top of the hill, and we'll be announcing all the cool stuff that Matt Byton and his freestyle squad will be up there doing. That's all coming up later today. Right now, we got a pass on the track right in front of us.
Chip McLaughlin getting around James King. So Chip still pushing hard, physically sitting in that third position. Remember, they did take off in 10-second increments. They're doing 14 full laps, roughly 42 miles in total. They're out on lap 9 of 14 as we speak, and we're still watching Chip McLaughlin. He set the pole position this morning and had some brake issues, pulled in the hot pits, but is back out on course. Hopefully he can keep it together to keep on the podium.
Yeah, how nice is it to have that hot pits after each lap? So if you do have an issue like this, you can jump out there real fast, get it fixed, and get back on the track. We've seen it in the UTV endurance race, and now we're seeing people use it, drivers use it right here in this 4400 race. But hey, it's nice to have that there in case of an issue.
Absolutely. And there is Zandy Willems, Mr. Rufus Racing, putting those Maxxis tires to work. Bumped into Chris a couple times. He's been putting a lot of Maxxis tires on this week. They sold a lot of UTV tires, had to switch over the whole entire Rufus Racing team, so they've been busy. There's a high and wide of Justin Barth.
Up the hill, around that off-camber turn, back down into the infield section of the track. Going to make a right, head back up that hill on that single track right there.
He's putting that Jimmy's 4x4 chassis to work, running strong, still sitting in the top 5.
Check out these camera angles. I mean, we're not missing any of the action right here. The production team has got it lined out, from drones to in-car cams to all the guys stationed around here filming this, bringing it all to you folks at home and here at the park. If you're here at the park, they got it on all the TVs, so you'll be sitting inside the general store, having some food, watching some racing.
Absolutely. It's been a lot of fun teaming up with Dennis Anderson, Extreme Monster Truck Experience, Hammer King Productions, Ultra 4 Racing, National Rock Racing Association, Pro Rock Racing, and Mid-America Outdoor Racing. Billy Champion's been busy all week helping put everything together, so we've teamed up together to put together Visions, and so far, so good.
Yeah, there's a lot of very talented people that have been a part of this Visions Week and making sure everything flows well. So hats off to everybody that's been working on this. I know this is something that's been in the works for multiple years, and here we are right now making it happen. I've been here since last Saturday, and I can definitely tell you I've had a blast. And right now on track, looks like that's our leader just came around.
You are getting it down. That is Mr. Cade Rod hanging out for lap 10, so he just threw down another 458.
458.
So 3 laps in a row within 2 seconds. He's starting to get this dialed in.
Yeah, Cade Rod with a 458.3, and Tad Dowker on the last lap ran a 458.3 also.
Tad Dowker on screen as we speak. And there is our race leader, Cade Rod.
Coming down the hill and over that Gates G-Force tabletop right here in front of the spectator area. We got the primo seat in the house. Right behind us, we got a bar. Right in front of us, we got 4,400 endurance racing going on right now. The Ultra 4 racing at its finest.
So I believe Tad needs to make up 17 seconds on adjusted time. So we'll see how it shakes out, but it's going to be a close call between Tad Dowker and Cade Rod. I've had a great conversation with Tad and Cade this week, and they're super stoked to be here, and they're going to be pushing hard to the finish. And there's Tad as we speak with North Shore Raceworks.
Tad and Cade both up front, starting out on lap 10 right about now. Looks like Tad Dowker coming through on that last one, slowing down just a little bit, running a 5:03 lap time on that one. So Cade Rod, Mr. Consistency with those 450s, high 450 lap times right there. Got the track dialed, got that car dialed, trying to make it happen.
And just a few weeks ago, we saw Cade Rod debut this car in the 4400 class. He's been racing in the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class, but in Tennessee, he put some bigger tires on it and raced with the big boys and got the pole and then put it on second place on the box there in Tennessee. So great to see Cade Rod really stepping into his own, and I think this is going to become a popular theme for Cade, is to race in the 4400 class.
Yeah, you see Chip McLaughlin right there coming around, going through that MRT finish line and back up through the roller coaster hill section, back out into the main section of the track.
So, Matt, you've heard me talk about a little bit the 4800 mixed in with the 4400s. So right now, everybody's racing in the 4400 class, but there's a couple 4800 class cars, and the difference between those are you have to have a single shock per corner and a 37-inch DOT tire. So they're running with the big boys. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that this weekend. Even the UTV stuff, we've seen some NA cars running in turbo classes, things like that. It just goes to show you that there is so much skill here at Mid-America this week for Visions. These drivers, they can get out there and race with the best of them and do it in just about anything out there. So impressive work this week from everybody out here racing.
So I believe on screen there was Chip McLaughlin. Zandy Willems is not too far behind him. And that is Justin Barth, I believe, on screen. I'll have a visual. Yes, that is Arturo Tires driver, Justin Barth. out of Springfield, Missouri. He just got done racing a UTV in the endurance race, so he's putting in 28 laps as well. So could you think of putting in 84 miles on this course? That's a lot.
Yeah, and another thing to take into consideration, too, I know a lot of people at home that are watching this race, you're familiar with it. If you're not familiar with this, the temperatures are hot. These guys are in a race car. These guys are wearing fire suits, all their HON system, everything they need to stay safe out there. And these guys not slowing down one bit. So athletes, huge athletes out here, they are definitely to be respected for what they can accomplish out here. I mean, especially these guys that ran UTV and now they're running 4,400. I mean, like you said, that's 28 laps. That's a lot of racing in one day on this course.
Yeah, it's 90 degrees out there. Just a few clouds in the sky, but it is absolutely beautiful here in Jay, Oklahoma at Visions at Mid-America Outdoors. That was Cade Rod. We just took a quick glimpse out. Now that's Chip McLaughlin, I believe, one of the Rufus cars. The number plates are starting to get covered up, but I'm pretty sure that is Chip McLaughlin, who set the pole this morning and is physically sitting in that third position unofficially. There's our physical race leader, Cade Rod, out of Cortez, Colorado, part of Jimmy's Army. He's been racing Mushu for just a couple years.
See Cade Rod coming around right now. Headed up the hill into that roller coaster hill section through the MRT finish line. We're going to see Cade with a 5:05 lap time there. Still a good lap time, still continuing with that consistency all the way through.
Well, Matt, I've got Dominic here. He's the crew chief for Cade Rod, the race leader. How's Cade doing out there on the track?
He's running real consistent. We're just trying to keep him smooth and keep him ahead of Tad Dowker, who's also running real consistent in second place. So far, so good. Just got to keep it together for another 3 or 4 laps.
So no issues with the car. He's just kind of running his own pace, it looks like?
Yeah, just running his own pace, just trying to be smooth. So,
well, Dominic, I appreciate it, buddy. I'll let you get back there and keep in communication. Thanks.
He's got to be pumped on that. Cade, you see going up the hill right there. Cade definitely slowing down just a little bit. Right, might have had an interview, and right after that interview, Cade might have had a car problem out there on the track, but definitely slowing down just a little bit.
So it's going to be super close between Cade Rod and Tad Dowker on adjusted time. Let me look. So Cade Rod took off in second position, and just 10 seconds behind him was Tad Dowker. So there's only a 10-second split between the two. So right now there's about a 17-second split. So it's going to be down to the wire. This will be a race to the finish. But remember to finish first. First you must finish.
And Tad Dowker just turned in a 5:01.6, so a little bit faster lap time than Cade Rod right there.
On screen is Tim Hooper and Benjamin Moore running a strong race. Mr. Fuelworks himself. There's a Rufus car on screen. That's number 4, Chip McLaughlin. So I missed it, but Cade Rod just pulled off the track. I'm not sure what's going on. So that's going to put Tad Dowker in the lead. Well, I just got done talking to Dominic, and he said the car was going great. And then he gets back in, and something's going on with the car.
Unfortunate for Cade Rod.
We've seen a lot of attrition starting to set in on this 14-lap race, 42 miles on some pretty gnarly short course here at Visions.
This is some brutal track right here, especially, after all the racing that's gone on already before this, getting super blue-grooved out there on the track. Right there, you're seeing Chip McLaughlin on screen. He's going to turn and go up the hill. Chip going to take advantage of this situation with Cade Rod braking and being up at the top of the hill. It's going to let Chip advance up another position.
And on screen, that is Cade Rod. Not sure what's going on. I don't see much movement in the car, but our race leader is pulled off. Something's going on. Tough break for Cade Rod. We had a lot of fans excited for him, and man, that's part of racing. We've seen it happen all over the course.
Yeah, Cade definitely not going to be pumped on that at all, but like you said, that is part of it. All in a days we're racing out here.
On screen right there is Mr. Justin Barth, number 417, out of Springfield, Missouri, running those Arturo tires. And that is Zandy Willems, I believe. Yes, it looks like a straight axle car. So Zandy and Chip's cars look very, very similar. But Zandy's a solid axle and Chip is a IFS machine. Back to Zandy Willems as he heads up and around the Bouncer Hills. So we are out on 11th lap out of 14. So just a few more laps to go, Matt.
Yeah, just a few more laps, but man, I know Tad Dowker and Chip McLaughlin definitely going to be a little bit happy with the fact that Cade having an issue and allowing them to get around. No one ever wants to see anybody break, but when it allows you to make up another spot, maybe get in a little bit better money position, I mean, you'll take it, right?
Absolutely. So that unofficially puts Tad Dowker in the lead, Chip McLaughlin in second, and then Zandy Willems. But on adjusted time, it's going to be pretty close between Zandy and Chip. I guess that's only a 40-second split, so Chip still has Zandy by a little bit. And I believe we're going to run up to the top of the hill.
Right now on camera, you see Cade Rod up there. Definitely not stoked. They're helping him out, trying to figure out what went wrong with that car. So get him clear of the course. He's out of the car. Looks good, though.
Looks like they're looking at the left rear of the car, so not quite sure what happened, but tough break for 4807 Cade Rod out of Cortez, Colorado.
Cade Rod putting in one heck of a drive through that whole first part of the race, the majority of the race, actually. These drivers out there on their 11th lap right now. 14 laps in this 4400 Ultra 4 race on the track right now. Tad Dowker leading the charge unofficially.
Speaking of Tad Dowker, he is on screen as we speak, up and over the G-Force launch, around the Jumbotron turn, heading towards the MRT finish line to finish his 11th lap, heading out for lap 12 of 14.
And Tad Dowker staying consistent, a 5:05 lap time right there, moving up into the top spot.
He's got to be super stoked. He's been racing with us for a few years and been consistent, but he hasn't won a race yet, and he is pretty excited to hopefully land this one. But, hey, the race isn't over.
It is not over, but what a race to win if you're going to win one after a while off. I mean,
big money on the line. I believe there's 10 grand on the line to win this race.
10 G's for the winner. That's going to be something big, and you know Tad Dowker wants that so bad.
Here comes Tim Hooper, Mr. Fuelworks, one of our great sponsors here at Mid-America during Visions Week. So Cade Rod, there he is, brushing himself off completely out of the car. So his race is done. Tough break. We'll try to figure out what's going on later, but so physically out on course, it's going to be Tad Dowker, then Chip McLaughlin, then Zandy Willems, then Justin Barth could get in the mix if he can keep it together. That's a great shot of Chip McLaughlin. Mr. Chip Happens himself. Another Maxxis athlete racing during Visions Week.
Chip just sending it all the way up the hill in that roller coaster hill section. Now we go back to Rod Cade up there at the top. Super unfortunate. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. Cade Rod.
That's all good, buddy. I messed up a lot of your names this week as well.
Yeah, like we said, it's been 7 days. We got one more day, so it happens. But we thank you all for tuning in, following along with us here this week for Visions at Mid-America Outdoors.
So Chip hitting the G-Force launch as we speak, running strong.
Chip with a 5:06 lap time, literally running almost a just barely slower lap time than Tad Dowker. I know that on adjusted time, it's probably going to be hard to catch up to Tad, but anything could happen. got to race all the way to the end of this race. So you never know. Right now, Tad Dowker leading the charge. Chip McLaughlin in that second spot.
So that's going to put Zandy Willems in that third position. So Maxis athletes second and third. That is pretty impressive.
And don't forget, right after the completion of this 4,400 race, we're going to have awards up in Vendor Village. So if you want to come up and join us for the awards while we present some of these big checks and hardware to the best 4,400 drivers on the track today, that's coming up in just a few moments after the completion of this race. And while you're up there, check out Vendor Village. Tons of great vendors, tons of great part sponsors, and they're all set up there to highlight the products that they have for you. The best in racing right here at Mid-America Outdoors for Visions Week. Go check it out. And we appreciate everybody that's tuning in at home at ultra4racing.com/live. It's been a great time getting to call all the action with you guys, but we're not done. We're not done. We still got 2 more laps on track. These drivers on their 12th lap out there, 4,400s. And don't forget, as you see on the screen right now, find us on social media, follow us, keep up with all the Ultra 4 racing action that's coming up. You're heading to Sturgis next, right?
Yeah, I'm going to go home for a week, kind of regroup, get my homework done for Sturgis, and then head up there for a week, and I can't wait to do that.
Yeah, Sturgis will be an exciting one. It's a great town, fun place to go to. I've been there a few times myself.
So yeah, thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in all over the world and here on site at Visions, ultra4racing.com/live. We'll be live in 2 weeks at Sturgis. It sounds like awards just got moved to 7:30 on stage just before the concert.
On stage, yeah, that's going to be a nice one. Get up there in front of everybody. I like it.
So on the main stage at 7:30 p.m., we'll do the UTV Awards and the 4,400 Unlimited Awards and hand out some hardware and some cash.
Yeah, and right after everybody gets done picking up all that hardware and cash, all you got to do is turn right around from that main stage, and you're going to get to watch me and my boys up there, Matt Byton,
doing
Anthony Murray, Kenny the Cowboy Bartram, Scott Champion, and Derek Berlew, all going to get up there, hit some backflips. Me and my buddy Denny Stevenson, motocross and supercross legend himself, will be up there calling all the action. But right now, back out on the track. Is that?
So that's the white flag is out for Mr. Tad Dowker out on his 14th and final lap.
Tad pulling a 5:04 lap time on that one around. Looking nice and smooth.
Super consistent so far. Believe that's Tim Hooper on screen.
So one last lap, as you see right here, for your 4,400 Unlimited main.
And now that is your race leader, Mr. Tad Dowker with North Shore Raceworks. They have been battling all day long through the heat, through the dust, this 2-mile short course plus the mile out back. So they have been running one heck of a race all day long.
Yeah, Chip McLaughlin's still running in that second spot. His wife was over visiting with us earlier. They've been working super hard, and Chip's going to definitely be happy with this second place finish. If he can make it to the end, there's still a little bit of track left. He's got to make it. So
there's Mr. Tim Hooper, Fuel Works, one of our great sponsors here at Mid-America Outdoors. So Tim Hooper, I believe, is a lap down, but still running strong. So that physically, unofficially puts him in 5th position. So still having a good day. There's another Rufus car. Believe that's Chip McLaughlin. Yes, it is Mr. Chip McLaughlin, our physical 2nd place position. We'll see if he can chase down Tad Dowker.
There you see Chip going through that MRT finish line. We're going to get a lap time reading right there. 5:06 for Chip McLaughlin, staying pretty consistent also through this race.
So Chip McLaughlin and Brad Christensen running one heck of a race all day long. It's cool because Chip and Brad have been best friends for such a long time, and then they get in the car. I would love to hear their in-car comedy back and forth. They always like to have a good time.
There you see that FPV drone following that driver, going back up the hill right now. Just powering away from that drone right there.
Chip did have some brake issues, so had to pull in the hot pits earlier today, but has been running strong.
You know, Chip was running right out front doing a great thing, and, you know, when he had those brake issues, he pulled in. That would be the thing that's put him back into this second spot. You know, if Chip wouldn't have had that, I believe Chip would still be our physical race leader on the track.
Yep, he's been running good all day, but it is Tad Dowker out front. Now it's going to be Zandy Willems, physical third position, heading out for his, grabbing the white flag out and heading out for his 14th and final lap. We are on our last lap here for our leaders, all three out on their 14th and final lap. But remember to finish first. First, you must finish. So anything could happen. We've seen Bailey Cole fall off. We saw Cade Rod. But remember, this race is on adjusted time. They did take off in 10-second increments. But Tad Dowker did start after Chip McLaughlin, so it'll be super close between Tad Dowker and Zandy Willems. We'll see how it all shakes out. They did take off in 10-second increments.
Last lap of action in this 4,400 Ultra 4 endurance race right here. It's been a good one to watch. These 4,400 drivers absolutely ripping around. The majority of us are running the whole entire short course track with a little bit of added flavor from our man JT to make this thing super fun.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. There's James King and Heath Taylor coming around, and Quentin Hilburn's 479 Tribe 16 built machine. That's a borrowed car. Quentin busted his foot a few months ago. Wasn't able to race, but he put his buddy in there and let him run around. So it's pretty cool to see him. He just wanted to do it to see the sport grow. So shout out to Quentin Hilburn.
Yeah, I think I need to become friends with him. Maybe he'll let me race his car. Highly doubt it, but that's super cool that his buddy's out there running the car for sure.
And here comes our physical race leader, Tad Dowker. He'll be coming through here, grabbing the checkered flag here very soon. Tad's been running strong all day long. Just a few more turns, a few more jumps, and we'll see him grab the checkered flag. He's got to be super stoked. He's only been racing with us for a couple years. Tad Dowker, one last turn, all over the throttle. So the checkered flag is flying. Mr. Tad Dowker physically finishing this race. Remember, everything is on adjusted time, so it is unofficial, but it's looking good for Mr. Tad Dowker.
Heck of a race for Tad Dowker, clicking off a bunch of consistent lap times, showing us exactly how to do it in a 14-lap Ultra 4 race right here at Mid-America.
And it's going to be super, super close. It's going to be between Chip McLaughlin and Zandy Willems on adjusted time, second and third, but I do believe Tad Dowker just won the race. I don't think they can mess up the adjusted time on him, so it's looking good for Tad, but it's going to be super close for Chip and Zandy. Both Rufus Racing. Yeah, Tad Dowker finished the race on a flat tire, it looks like. But at least he made it. So like we said, to finish, you have to make it there. And he finished on a flat tire.
Whatever it takes, right? Get to that finish line.
Literally driving the wheels off it.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that this weekend. I've seen some of these short course guys the other day racing on running the whole track on a rim, just trying to finish out.
There's Tim Hooper on screen, still running.
You know, no matter what, this week here at Vision, so much money on the table. These drivers are hanging it all out on the line no matter what it takes.
Tim Hooper's fairly local to here. I hear the crowd going wild. Everybody's super excited that he had a good day. But physical second position, Chip McLaughlin. The checkered flag is flying for Chip McLaughlin. Physically in second. How far back is Zandy? Zandy has 30 seconds to get in here if he's going to bump off Chip McLaughlin, but it looking like Chip is going to get second place.
Yeah, a heck of a run for Chip. We know his team is super stoked on that one. Had to pull into that quick pit back there and check the brakes out earlier, but you know, getting back on the course, running a very consistent race to finish it out. So hats off to Chip McLaughlin and team for that second place finish. If it sticks, unofficially a second place.
Yeah, we've got to dot our I's and cross our T's, so everything is unofficial, but it's looking good for Tad Dowker up front. Chip McLaughlin, and is Zandy Willems going to be able to get on the podium? Rufus Racing will be partying tonight.
I'm pretty sure everybody's going to be partying tonight. I know here at Mid-America Outdoors, we got some concerts tonight, some Visions Week fun going on. We got some freestyle motocross. There's so much to do here at Mid-America Outdoors. Mr. Robinette and team all putting on such a great show this week. Right now watching these 4,400
and here
wrap up their
comes
race.
Zandy Willems, Mr. Rufus Racing himself. Looks like the checkered flag is out. The crowd goes wild. Unofficial third place for Zandy Willems. The whole Rufus Racing crew is up here and super stoked. So I've got Carson here with me. How you doing, buddy? You've been racing this week.
Good. How are you?
Not bad. And you end up winning your class, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
So you got how much did you get to take home?
$750.
That's not too shabby. Well, great day of racing. You're fairly local to myself. I believe you're out of Gardner, right?
Yes, sir.
Just right down the road from Paola, Kansas. And here comes Justin Barth. I believe that'll physically put him in that fourth position. So Justin Barth in that 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends car, unofficially in fourth place. Great run by Justin Barth.
So there you see on your screen as that drone goes through there, Tad Dowker, number 1, Chip McLaughlin, number 2, and Zandy Willems in the third spot. What a race for the 4,400 series here at Visions, here at Mid-America Outdoors. Miles, I think that's it, man. I know we got to get everybody ready. We're going to do some podiums later. That's coming up at 7 o'clock, right?
Yeah, we're going to do that at 7:30, I believe, at the main stage just before the concert and just before your motocross.
Still got some cars out on course. We're going to continue calling the action until all the cars are in. Such a great time calling these 4,400s. These cars are absolute machines, as my man Miles calls them, the Swiss Army knife of off-roading. They can do just about anything. If you've ever seen these cars at King of Hammers, it's super impressive.
So we've still got a few cars out on course. We have our top 4 through. And Tim Hooper was a lap down. So it looks like, Tim Hooper's going to be unofficially 5th. Then James King, hopefully he can make it through, and he'll be a couple laps down. So here comes James King, so that'll put him unofficially in 6th position. So not too bad for driving a car with very minimal seat time by James King. He's got his buddy Heath Taylor riding shotgun with him. Heath Taylor raced in the UTV class just a little bit ago with James riding shotgun, and then they swapped cars, swapped seats, and came out here and raced. So they've got to be worn out.
Miles, I do believe that wraps up our 4,400 Ultra 4 endurance racing. I'm not sure we have anybody else on the track. We're getting some messages from the fans. That's cool to see.
Trish is giving a shout out to Chip. Thanks, Trish, for tuning in. Chip unofficially in that 2nd position. He's got to be stoked about that. Teresa's giving a shout out to Chip and Zandy. A lot of Rufus Racing fans out there on the Facebook page. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Looks like Brenda's giving a shout out to Zandy as well. So the Rufus crowd is running thick.
Got a lot of fans out there.
That's Angie's mom right there. Angie's the wife to Zandy. Rob's giving the whole Hammer King Productions a shout out for the amazing coverage. We've got multiple cameras all over this race course. So again, just a huge shout out to the entire Hammer King production crew, the entire Mid-America Outdoors crew.
Yeah, nothing but good times. Lots of good times still to be had here. Getting another message right now from
Gabby Wolf, stoked about the coverage.
Killing it. What a good time we've had out here. Miles, what do you have to do next for the rest of the evening? I got to ask you this.
Well, we got awards here in a couple hours. We'll do that, and then I'm going to watch some Moto Freestyle, and the AC/DC tribute band sounds pretty cool.
But you know what else you said? You got a couple hours. So you know what I think would be the perfect thing to fit in a couple hours?
The Lazy River?
Oh, man, you're speaking my language right now.
Yeah, it's been a long, hot, fun day of racing.
I saw him up there earlier. Last night we tried to start a wave pool in that thing, so I think the water trucks had to come in and fill up some more water.
The whole crew here has been doing an amazing job. I mean, they clean the bathrooms every day. There's a wash station for your race car or your trail wheeler. You can do laundry here on site. The general store has absolutely everything you could think of. The cabins are great. Tons of hookups, lots of dry camping. This place is absolutely amazing here at Mid-America Outdoors.
Yeah, if you haven't gone up yet and checked out the Pro Shop, go check it out. They got swag. They got toys. If you got kids at home and they weren't able to make it, go up there and pick them up something, bring it back. But next time you come, make sure you bring the whole family. This Mid-America Park, it's not just fun for you as a racer. It's fun for the whole entire family out here with water parks, kids play zones, everything. And I keep hearing that there's just more and more plans for cool stuff to come. But right now, my man Miles, I believe you're going to make it down to the bottom of the hill or the top of the hill and do some interviews.
Looks like they kept on rolling. So it looks like tomorrow, our final day of Visions Week at 10 a.m., we're going to kick off with the Bouncer and UTV knockout races. Then at 2 p.m. will be the $5,000 on the line for the Barbie Jeep downhill races. And then tomorrow evening, we're going to wrap it up with the Mega Trucks and the Monster Jam show with Dennis Anderson and company. And then at the concession stage will be Aces Wild. But don't forget, we have a world record attempt jump by Kingsling and Weston Anderson.
Hey, I want to throw out another little piece of information here. I was just told that Zandy Williams' co-driver, Dave, first time on the podium, and it's his birthday, so happy birthday to Dave.
Diamond Dave, happy birthday, buddy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, big shout out to Dave. They got to be stoked. What better way to celebrate your birthday? Standing on the podium, making some money, getting some hardware.
Absolutely. So we'll get on some awards later tonight, do some stunts tonight. But so tune in tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central Time for the Knockout Racing. Again, I'm Miles Hasquin alongside of Matt Edmonston. We'll see you tomorrow.